So today's show, Julie Bowen.
I was going to go, Julie Bowen.
Okay, good. We'll start over.
No, don't start over. I was inspired by your Julie Bowen.
What song is that?
It's James Bond.
Oh, okay.
Bowen.
Okay. I'm tone deaf.
Julie Bowen. Come on, wake up. Come on. We got to get this podcast going.
So she is Modern Family. She's done a million things. Happy Gilmore.
A lot of movies. Mm-hmm. She's what I would call a kick in the pants.
She is a lot of fun.
She's a pistol.
She was funny the whole time. She made fun of me the whole time we dated in the old days. And so,
wait a minute, what?
What was that? What's it about?
Dated who? Dated what? So this is one of David's girlfriends, but friends.
Yeah, we're still friendly, and I don't see her really much because she lives in the valley. Gross. But no, we're still friendly, and she's always funny to talk to. Is she bust my balls the whole time, which you thought was funny.
I was just barrel laughing the whole time. I was bent over with tears of joy. She was just funny. Yeah. This one is just a lively, energetic, funny little visit with Ms. Julie Bowen, who I had never really met. Yeah. And so I just enjoyed her company. I thought she was so cool.
She just produced a movie, Prom Pact. Bless you. And she has this preteen skincare brand called JB Scrub. Do you know that? To get your pits.
No, I wouldn't use preteen skin products. Would I? I've never heard of that.
You're 14. No, that's a teenager.
No, this is tell it serious.
It gets your pits, butts, and nuts. That's the hook. Isn't that funny?
Pits, butts, and nuts? Yeah. With a JB smooth cream?
JB Scrub.
JB Scrub.
And by the way, 15% off. If you put Fly Friend 15, that's
so for our audience that is 12. Is this for who's this?
Or for their kids?
Or for the kids? Okay, so it's JB Smooth, Pits, Butts, and Nuts.
Speaking of young, someone thought I was 48 recently.
What? Your mom?
Is that young? It's not young. JB Scrub, and it's not to be confused with JB Smooth.
Hey, I got something for this.
These are my jokes.
Remember, JB Scrub, rub-a-dub-dub.
No.
Well, you could say in the tub. I set it up for you.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. Say it again.
JB Scrub, rub-a-dub-dub, in the...
butt.
It's close.
Oh. You know what? Let's let her tell you about everything. Here's Julie Bowen blabbing with these two
Bowen,
idiots.
And wait till the fireworks start to happen between young David and Ms. Julie Bowen.
No, she's trying to start trouble with me, and I'm such a
some stuff happened on this particular episode that's never happened on other episodes. I'll put it that way. Stop your car. Don't even drive listening to this one.
Pull over and call in sick at work.
So serious. Oh wait, why am I in like a tiny chair?
Why is
that was intentional. We want to feel.
Is she low?
This is like a
teacher parent conference. Julia's being very.
Ones around the kitchen table are
will you grab one more?
I'll grab one. Oh, thanks, Greg. So much.
I don't know what's going on.
Look like the same height.
You look like Megan, that movie, Megan.
Megan?
She's 11.
I don't know the Megan dance.
She's an 11-year-old sex doll. Why did they make Megan such a
sex doll? Was meant to mention within 32 seconds.
Why did they make Megan into an 11-year-old sex doll? Well, that's a good question.
I don't know if the robot needs a Kylie Jenner lip kit. Did you see? She has like eyeshadow. She's like, I'm Megan. I'm like, that's not the movie, is it?
For the teenage girl audience. I'm having a candy bar.
I think it's for the.
I don't think it's for the teenage girl. I think it's teenage boy audience. I have 3 teenage boys, and trust me, they are all spending a lot of time in the shower after that one.
After Megan.
After Megan.
Hey, save some water. There were 5 boys or 4 boys in my family.
4? Which one were you?
I was the youngest, so I got,
Oh, so they ignored you.
No, not necessarily.
But in a good way.
Well,
thank you so much.
My sister's possessed that we all bullied her. They go, Lori, we were all in our own lane. We were all.
Wait a minute, there were 4 boys and a girl?
A little baby girl.
How Catholic are you?
Protestants.
Oh.
I'm a Protestant. We don't have sex and we don't make a lot of kids.
My mom had 5 kids by the time she was 31.
You have 3 though, don't you?
Anyway.
I have 3, but I had 2 at once. That was,
that's
not
right.
on
That's
purpose.
not your fault. That's not your fault.
That's not my fault.
When did you know they were twins? You're having twins.
I knew, you know what? I'm not a hippie and I'm not like super fruity, but I'd had one kid. Shut the fuck up, David. I can already see you like he rolled his eyes. I'm not fucking super fruity, but I did have a dream when I was pregnant and I woke up and I said to my then husband, there's more than one. I had this crazy dream. He goes, there better hadn't be. I go, you're coming to this appointment with me today. And we went in, and that was the day they're looking around and stuff. And they're like, there's one. There's 2.
There's the other one hiding.
And he looked at me like, you fucking witch. What have you done? Like, how did you create 2 babies in you on purpose?
I think it safely was going to be harder on you than him.
I don't know. My breastfeeding kept him up at night.
What does that mean?
He used to tell me, he goes, breastfeeding is hard because it keeps me up at night.
What's hard on him?
It's hard. He was joking.
My dad would go, tough life.
Tough life.
Davey.
So how do you 2 know each other? I get a sense you have had your friends, right? You know each other.
I know her.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
Why don't you tell him? Why don't you tell him, David? Why don't you tell your friend Dana how you know me?
Yeah, what is going on here? I mean, I'm a fly on the wall right now.
I met Julie, I think at a Golden Globes party. Is that possible?
Golden Globes party, HBO Golden Globes party. You were with Steve Levitan.
Oh, I was?
Steve Levitan.
You were there you'd been nominated for Just Shoot Me.
Second time, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
We're not keeping track.
Now he's like, I don't know, when was it? Second time. So you sure it wasn't the first time, David?
No, you know what? I mix it up. It's all jumbled. It's
all
like
jumbled.
Every
It was
year.
one of those
Did you
awards.
win an Emmy? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Whoops.
I don't think it's about
Whoops,
that. I
sorry,
think it's
it doesn't make you a better person.
Did you win? Wait, David, did you win an Emmy for Just Shoot Me?
Honest.
I did not.
Okay.
It doesn't make you inferior. Others of
Julie,
us
we'll get
win
to your
Emmys. It doesn't matter.
Award. Well, I was back when those Emmys really meant
I would have
something.
given you an Emmy.
back when they meant something. Yeah, now they just hand them out like candy.
I think you got handed to.
I think you got robbed.
2011, was that the pandemic? And 2000.
Yeah, I got one of those pandemic
was the COVID
Emmys.
ones,
I
yeah.
got a COVID Emmy.
How
It
many
is like-
nominations for Modern Family? Just say it.
I don't know. For
6, something like that.
was it
5 or 6?
for me or the show?
6 nominations. You know what, Julie? Honestly, I thought you hosted SNL twice, and
I've
won
never
2
fucking.
Emmys.
No, I won
Have you
2
heard of the
Emmys and
show?
I've never hosted SNL. No, I would never host SNL. You kidding me? That is terrifying. I watch it now. Also, I'm kind of into like right now how you guys watch SNL every week, right?
Nope.
Or no?
I see it on Instagram. They
I
have
don't
clips
stay
of
up
each
that
sketch.
late. We'll see clips. I'll go, on Sunday, you can go on.
Yeah.
You can go
and
on-
watch
on-
all the sketches.
You're right.
Yeah.
And watch all of it. But
I
the
watch all of
guests
it.
this year in particular are like, it's like complete. It's all new. Like there's none of the classics. You know, there's no
you
Tom
don't-
Hanks.
It's the guest
The hosts.
Yeah.
all the hosts. And so when I watch it now, I'm like, oh, I could maybe do it now because it's just like they're much nicer and warmer. It seems like, and it feels like I don't know. It feels like you used to have to come on and kill in the. In your opening monologue.
That's an interesting observation. So now the hosts don't have to be.
No, they're really funny, but it's much more gentle and kind about it.
Right.
They're like, I'm so honored to be here. This is so exciting.
It's
it seems like
emotional
there's
and almost serious. Yeah, a little political statement. Yeah.
And a little bit of like, this is, what SNL meant to them growing up and how much it means to them to be there now.
Yeah.
Like even, Liev Schreiber did a whole like, this is such a big deal to me. And I was like, huh?
And Martin Short is on top of a piano.
Exactly.
He's crushing so hard.
Right. And so it's not as hard on the jokes as it was back when it would have.
Did they
maybe
reach
been-
out to you
I would imagine
during
they
your
would've.
10 years or 11 years?
There was some
grumblings?
there was some
Because you weren't on
soft
NBC. They're pretty loyal. You were not on NBC, right? You're ABC or no?
I was on NBC when David tracked me down.
I don't know.
And
if
that was
that's
that
the
other show.
terminology.
That was Ed. I did a show called Ed.
Oh,
and
that is the terminology. Yes.
Yeah, tracked. I was doing Ed when you were doing.
So he stalked you.
He stalked me.
Oh,
we were
those
at
are
this. I was
strong
with Willie
accusations.
Gerson.
Oh, Willie Garson, yes, that's okay.
He invited me he's like, I've had this said to me more than once. You look like somebody who's got a nice dress hanging in the closet. It's like the day before some award show. Clearly everyone else has dropped out. Could you possibly chuck on your dress and show up?
That wasn't me. That was Willie.
No, that was Willie.
Okay, yeah.
So I went with Willie, and you were there with Steve Levitan, and you walked by me and then walked right back again and go, hey, do I know you? I know you.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
And I said, no.
I think I said, do we have the same barber?
Spade has the best patter with women. I mean, just even the flight attendant or whoever. You do. You have a good. They like the
funny matters. My family, when I started dating David, my family was like,
here we go.
Oh dear God. Okay. They're like, what? And I said, funny counts.
I don't need to hear behind
funny
the scenes.
Counts. That's the name of your next book.
Funny counts. They go, does it count that much?
Funny counts. It counts a lot because like Lauren Michaels said once, you can't marry a face. Because eventually you don't even see the face. So you have to marry a personality. What's better than someone that makes you laugh all day long?
Right.
David.
So David tried to track me down through, but this is where he shot the bed.
What channels?
Are we allowed to swear on your show?
Sure.
What the fuck?
I don't think we can say track me down again, but we can swear.
What kind of tracking device did he use? Was it a private detective?
No, a publicist.
Okay.
Which was such a fucking C-.
I want to be tracked down, though. Isn't it flattering to be tracked down a little bit?
Not by a publicist.
Julie, there's no other way. By telegram?
When you figured out that, because at first I told you I was a dog walker.
Okay.
Because you were like, I know you. I go, no. Because I was like, if he doesn't know me, what am I going to give you my resume? No. Right. You had no idea who I was. You just
did the right thing.
Thought I was cute. I said I was a dog walker. Mm-hmm. You're like, And then I ran into another party somewhere. And then the next thing I knew, you did track me down through. You figured out I had been in Happy Gilmore with Sandler.
Okay.
But
anytime he's mentioned, I try to do that.
And
she did the best.
But you didn't bother to go through Adam. You didn't go through anybody personal.
I didn't think I want Adam knowing my personal business.
So what? This is a Conan Johnson PR firm, and we're looking for Miss
no,
Julie
it was
Bowen.
literally this woman. I don't remember her name, but she tracked me down. I had a couple calls from her. David would like to talk to you. David and I was like, fuck that.
They would like to see in his office.
You literally were fuck that?
Well, I got.
I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, a publicist.
You were on Ed, right?
I was on Ed.
It was not a lascivious fuck that.
It was not like I'm gonna fuck that. No, it was a
no, it was not that for sure.
It was not that. It was not that. And then
but you did that perfectly.
I was living in New York in this building. I remember I was in the gym really early watching TVs with no volume, and I see that you had been tased by Skippy.
Well, okay. That's a story we have not explored.
You haven't explored this?
On this podcast. It's been mentioned, though.
David was tased by Skippy.
I know the whole story.
Tased and beaten?
Well,
tased was the beginning to disarm me. Disarm the muscular.
It was a night of terror.
My attention. Did I mention that the volume was not on the TVs? I was doing my best.
So what did you?
So then I was like, where?
Silence.
Anyone who gets tased, I'm going to go to Arby's with.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, now where was that scrap of paper I wrote down from the publicist giving me his number?
So
I called him and I was like, hey.
That's when you called me about that?
That's when I called you. I go, hey, it's Julie.
You had your opener.
Are you all right? I just saw you got tased by Skippy. And you said, now will you go out with me?
No, I said, no, I realized my dick's still working because I got all excited. I'm sorry. Can we take that out?
You actually didn't say that.
Well, wait a minute. Was it you said dick working?
You said, now will you go out with me?
Now will you go out with me sounds more like David.
Now will you go out with me? I had to get tased to get a date?
After I was laid up for a while and very pain, I started to come to my senses. I don't even remember these calls because it was
so much pain.
So much calls, so much pain. I didn't even know about Vicodin until right after this. So anyway.
You knew about Vicodin by the time we went on a date. Yeah. You were little V-chippies.
Yeah. Okay,
I remember a lot of that.
Oh, yeah. I had a puka shell made of Vicodin.
No, you didn't.
You just ate your necklace today.
Everybody needs to know about David is that he's the most sensitive, delicate flower who has low blood sugar, has to carry around a little rat bag full of turkey and chicken.
There's protein bars all over this mansion.
And they're
Every
and
corner.
like even though
like having a puppy.
he wants to go like party, but it's at like 6 p.m.
6:30.
in bed at 8:45. But we're kindred spirits. We like to eat at 3:30. We asked the restaurants to open so we could go at 4 o'clock.
Hello?
But that's when I was on Conan. He goes, this was a few months back. He goes, well, you've been doing this podcast with Spade. How would you describe him? And I did not prepare for that answer, but the first word that came in my head was gentle.
I'll fucking kill
Isn't that
both
funny?
of you.
It's kind of cute.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. He's like a gentle, sensitive soul who doesn't want to admit the greatest story that David ever told me was, I'm telling all your stories.
Julie went to Brown University.
Shut up.
She graduated.
And,
so did Marcy Klein.
Okay, go ahead.
But didn't know her there. Never
go
met
ahead.
her once.
What did I do?
No, you told me the story once about
like
hooking up with a
friar's roast.
girl
Jesus.
when you were living out here. You weren't on SNL yet. You hooked up with some girl. You were so excited, and you spent the night at her house, and you didn't want to tell her about your low blood
Ailments.
sugar. And I think you got up in the morning to go get coffee or something or breakfast, and you passed out in line waiting because your blood sugar was so low, and you were so embarrassed. So ever since then,
Well, that happened at SNL in front of Sherry O'Terry at lunch. It happened at Taco Bell when I was going to meet Sandler and those guys that played tennis in the Valley. At Taco Bell, I slid on the ground and slept on the ground and was out. I think that was also because I found a dog tooth in my burrito, so no one knows exactly what the problem was.
you did not find a dog tooth.
I think.
No, you didn't.
I didn't even take it back.
Well, why they just kept chewing?
Because they just shrugged their shoulders. But
Spade passed out was a thing.
I passed out. I used to pass out
lot.
more, but now I don't. Now I keep
But I
an eye on
think
it.
people think that you were like snarky and like lecherous.
No.
That
It's
was
very
the
nice.
persona, the comic persona from Update.
Well, that's me
basically.
on Update and every TV show and every movie. So that's where it gets a little blurry, right?
Yeah.
Right. What are you sketching over there, David?
I'm just signing my will.
That's when he's nervous.
I'm
just
nervous.
starts-
I'm
He's
scribbling.
doodling.
Why are you nervous?
Because we haven't gotten to anything except the fact that I should be in a stretcher at all times.
What are you trying to
Look,
get
it's-
to? Is there something?
I don't know
Is
what
there
you
something you
We're
need
not
to?
trying to get anywhere.
I know what
We've been at
interviewing
this
you
for
about. You're
a
like-
year and a half.
And you're not trying to
you
get to
are-
anything.
No, you're
No,
great.
we're-
You're a superstar. I was going to ask you, how do you deal with that emotionally? When people
Yes.
come up to you, because you were going along famous, and Modern Family was a smash. Maybe the latest or last super situation.
Last one,
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah.
And then you're famous.
Yeah.
And people come up to you and go, I can't believe it's song on you.
Yeah.
How do you process that? You go, yeah, what's up?
Well, no, I was pregnant with the twins during the pilot of Modern Family, and I gave birth. May 7th we got picked up a little early, and I was waiting. I was in labor. I'm in the hospital, and my phone's ringing. I'm between contractions. I'm a little bored. You know, there's time between contractions.
Always on your
so
phone.
I answer the phone. Fuck you. And I answer the phone, and it's Steve Levitan, and he goes, Julie, it's exciting news. We got picked up. We got picked up early. They're going to show the whole pilot at Upfronts. This is a really big deal. And I'm like, oh my God, that's great. He goes, you got to come to Upfronts. I go, He said, what are you doing?
That was your celebration.
I go, I'm in labor.
She's in labor.
And he goes, you're in labor and you answer the phone. It was a quiet moment. So, but the point being that I literally at the exact same time the Modern Family was happening, I went from having one kid to 3 babies. And
so you didn't, yeah.
it was like I was in a fugue state. And people would come up to me and talk to me. And I was like, I hadn't slept. I hadn't eaten. I was exhausted all the time.
But the pickup is one thing, but then the fact that did it come out of the gate huge? I think it did.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing about the pilot that it was big. Because you
Make
mentioned
you
Steve
mad.
Levitan in our meet story, but Steve, if you don't know, was my boss at the time at Just Shoot Me, and he was yours at.
Are you saying that
Modern
to
Family.
you, the listener? Because if you
Yes.
think I don't know that.
No, I'm telling you.
No,
Those
to
are
the
Okay,
college
listen.
kids are going, how do we get in show business? Hey, gang.
No, Julie,
Steve
your boss's
Levitan.
name was Steve Levitan. You won't remember this, but he
Steve
was there for 10
Levitan
years.
produced Just Shoot
Just
Me.
Shoot Me.
And Modern Family.
And Modern Family.
And how many homes does Steve own
Yeah.
today?
I can count 4, 3, 4.
Is he full private jet?
If he had his money,
I
I'd
don't
throw mine
think
away.
So, well, you know
Maybe
what?
a lease.
Divorce in California is not.
Oh,
a
divorce.
He got divorced. So
They
I
usually get 70%. without a prenup.
Are you divorced?
No, I'm not rich enough to get divorced. Sorry, honey, she's listening. No, but you split everything, and then there's alimony, so it's aggregate over time. I heard this from other divorced men, not myself. I've been married for 71 years. No,
divorced men.
Divorced men. Yeah.
Well, Julie is in an odd situation. It's not typical.
It just seems like it's a little sexist to think that only men are paying.
Wait a minute! No, that was me not feeling the other. Rumors are that Tom Arnold made a tidy sum from Roseanne Barr.
Sure you go. So there you go.
You're the Roseanne.
I'm all in favor of both ways.
Fuck you.
Whichever spouse has the money shall pay.
He who has the money shall, she or he who has the money shall pay.
Yes.
So I don't know if Steve has a private jet. I've never heard of it.
When I just sold my house, he came and looked at it.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Did he buy it?
What was it up for?
I said, you want this for like the kids or something? Like a
little
house?
shack?
Yeah, a little
like a stabbing cabin.
Yeah, a little stabbing cabin.
I know that phrase. That's one of his favorite. Stabbing cabin.
Stabbing cabin up in Truesdale.
What is the origin of stabbing cabin, quickly?
It's just a funny term I heard.
Isn't it from the 1930s? It's about a place you have an affair with?
I heard an agent say it.
A shack for shagging.
Yeah, it's a shagging shack. I've heard it a bunch of different places.
It's funny. I think some agent told me, he goes, well, I live out in Malibu. I got a stabbing cabin in town. I go, what? Then I sort of did the math in my head. I go,
point? Have a stabbing cabin.
It's hysterical.
It's
a great phrase.
It is. I think it's just to have a great phrase.
Mistress, yeah. You don't have to have mistress to have a stabbing cabin.
So you want to hear about our first date?
Go ahead.
I want to hear everything I can about you two because David is, my partner and really good friend, and I love to hear about him as a boyfriend.
He showed up at...
Julie is fluent in Italian. She is
nice try.
Looking at your notes.
He showed up at my apartment in New York after doing Letterman, and it was Halloween, and you had a clip-in, colorful, like blue or black hair clip-in. Yeah, because you left it on the floor, and you had a tiny bottle of Jack Daniels in your sock. And I was like,
"That's cool."
Half of that sounds familiar.
A flask.
Wait, you think that's cool, Dana?
Well, you see, anybody. I mean, it's so illicit to have I'll just go get a pop.
Well,
because he's that's all he could. He's a gentle soul.
Right. He's a gentle drinker too.
I do about
a little bit.
Back then, I could do about 3 drinks a night, but I do 2 now. But that was Jack Daniels. I don't drink anymore. I drink vodka, but that was a little too sugary. Bless my heart. It was too. It would knock me out.
You kept a little tiny airplane bottle in your sock.
My socks. Yeah,
it's a lab experiment. When David gets a cocktail, there's a Diet Coke, right, and then you get the Tito's neat, and then you're mixing and matching and pouring and pouring.
Just to get, so I don't get, but I used to get the hangover so bad, so now I just want to get a buzz. I don't want to get so fucking collapsing. So I think it's a combo of being a puss and being a loser. It's some sort of doctor's told me.
A lightweight.
A puss plus a loser.
Yeah, something
a poozer,
like that. Fragile.
Plus.
So what happened on this first date? He shows up. He's got the bow in his hair. He's got Jack Daniels in his sock.
He's got clip-in hair extensions, and he's got Jack Daniels in his socks.
Let's clear.
It had a bow in it. It was a bow.
No, what do you mean stricken?
It wasn't extensions.
They were. It was for Halloween.
Oh, maybe something fun.
You had gone on Letterman on Halloween because I was like, "What's happening with your hair?" And you're like, "It was Halloween." And then he just started a constant stream, a barrage of funny came at me.
Absolutely.
For about 45 minutes. And next thing I knew, I was naked. And I was like, how the fuck did that happen?
He wore you down. So you endorphinized, you completely relaxed. And by the time he's reaching for buttons and stuff, you're like, whatever.
I don't even know. I'm laughing, laughed all the way through.
Did you laugh through?
I did laugh through sex.
Oh, okay.
Because come on.
Well, that's not
okay.
Great.
That's a whole other story.
No, that's not.
No, that's good for our podcast.
It should slow down right toward that part.
It could be fade out on that.
Nope. No, it was funny because I remember calling my sisters the next day. I go,
is sex good?
No, what did you say to your sister?
I said, I saw the dude Spade last night. They're like, oh no. And I said, he's funny. Funny counts.
Why is everyone fucking
Funny counts? That's the name of this episode.
But when I came and so we saw you New Year's Eve, when we'd been seeing each other for a while, and Molly, my sister, and I came to see you at the Delano. We were somewhere in Miami, right? We stayed at the Delano, and she laughed so hard in that performance. She leaned over to me at the end of it. She goes, "I'd fuck him."
Yeah, Molly.
To comedians all over America.
There are chuckle fuckers out there. I'm not a chuckle fucker.
A chuckle fucker. Is that a
people that go out with you are chuckle fuckers?
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, I'm so.
Because
you know
you're funny.
How serious
You're
and
funny.
grim I am.
No, you're not. You're very funny. No, you think this is about looks? You are very funny.
David.
So you seduced each other comedically.
You have
No.
2 Emmys versus my 0. That really fucking burned my onion.
It doesn't mean you're
punching the
not
walls.
great if you don't have an Emmy. We have Emmys.
Quit saying, you dragged yourself into it?
Doesn't mean we're what? Oh,
Dana, how many Emmys do you have?
2. It doesn't matter. 6 nominations. Look, we need to move on. David, you are a superstar.
I don't think I was with Julie when they announced at the Emmys David Hyde Pierce, and I started to get up.
You should have won.
It was so
one.
sickening. You would have
and
fucking
you were
blocked
like,
me.
got it.
I go, David Hyde, where that guy? Yo.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was good though because it was a good wake up call. Why did I think I could win? That's the thing.
What? I know. I was laughing.
okay.
I was laughing
that
really
was
loud,
good,
and I
actually.
didn't want to. I didn't want to blow out your mic.
Professional.
No, you won
not
too,
laugh.
and but
David.
okay, back to
Fine, I'll let you ask questions.
Well, I love
Yeah.
that story.
Julie. When we went to the commercial, you were naked.
I know you
in
did.
the story.
You just, it was like a wall of words. It was like getting roofied by humor.
Oh yeah, I've seen him do that where it's just tumbling, with all these one-liners and references, and it is a barrage.
Well, you
if
have to
he's
be the
on.
same frequency of humor,
and then you're laughing.
I'm
Which
laughing.
is
She's
oxygen
a great
for him.
audience.
And
Yes.
yeah, I was laughing and laughing. But that was about the last time we were on a date alone.
Oh,
Because
boy.
then you was always you always brought somebody.
Yeah. Got silent.
Oh.
He
Well,
always
I will
brings
say-
he always brings people on dates.
Well, yeah.
The worst
we
is when
always
Sandler found out about us going out because then these two will gang up against me.
Sabathu.
We have time for one more question.
This
We
is
cut all of this out, aren't you?
You were on ER where you did a strong turn.
talking about strong turns.
What was the?
What I have these kinds of questions that don't involve that.
I know. Well, I wanted to just let
Should
the
we-
audience know about her career
Okay.
with the Happy Gilmore of it all. We do have to just
Yes.
because it's
She's in
exciting.
the
Is we just
comedy
did that
world.
thing for Adam.
Because I did that. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
did.
you were at the dinner.
By the way, I watched your Kennedy Center strong.
Oh yeah.
Turn off the cameras for a moment. That was really, really
the
good.
teleprompter joke. That's
Yes.
a good starter.
Let's turn off the
You
telecom.
can only use it
Right.
once.
It was fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Did
Conan
you-
liked that one. That
It was
Bless his
really
heart.
good.
Thank
That
you
was
very much for
joking
watching that. And we had a blast out there. We saw you at the dinner before, the
Yeah.
intimate dinner for 200 people.
The intimate dinner for 200. I call it the B list. It was the movie.
It was the spillover room.
It was the spillover. It was the LA crew that was not going to be invited. Dana? Did you go to DC?
I was there.
Oh, sorry. So you were
Our
A
paths never
list.
crossed.
You were there.
No, you were in DC.
I was.
You were
Right.
at the
No,
dinner
but you
too.
were also at the dinner. We
Oh,
were
the
at the
Hillcrest.
dinner. You know,
Adam had
I
a dinner
thought
2
you
days
were
was like
before.
the-
And
Yeah.
then I went to DC.
I was like the
Yeah,
the
the dinner
low
was
level.
Did you go to
just
the
an old
Italy
school
Post?
call sheet of all his movies combined.
Right. Exactly.
Because it was you were from Happy Gilmore and Hubie Halloween, and then Dennis Dugan did both of those, right?
Yeah.
Directed. And
No. Dennis Dugan didn't direct Hubie.
he didn't.
No. Mm-mm.
Do you remember who
Ed
did?
Hurley?
No. Hang on. Give me a second. Don't do this.
I
to
think
me.
it was Dennis.
So embarrassing.
No.
No, I would fucking know if it was Dennis.
I know Goosen did pickups.
No. Yes, he did pickups, but it was. Someone has the internet. They'll figure it out. I forget.
Heather,
Bob.
will you
No.
find out who directed Hubie Halloween?
Jeff.
Brill.
Does he make
Brill.
quite a Brill?
Steve
Was it
Yes,
Brill?
Steve Brill
Mhm.
has
Steve
directed
Brill
a
did the
lot of
do-over,
Happy
yeah.
Madison
He did a lot of
movies.
them.
Right.
Yeah.
Steve Brill.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
you did Happy Gilmore and Hubie Halloween.
Right. For Adam.
Happy Madison.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Happy Gilmore. Do you get recognized? Do you get asked about that? You must get recognized a lot from that.
From Happy Gilmore. Most people were like, oh, I didn't realize that was you because I look like I was 50 in that movie.
You had a Spade haircut for
I
sure.
had it was like a Princess Di, like frosted and like sprayed into place. We were in Canada. We had lovely crew, but like I've got sad white trash hair that wants to like run back to the
I
trailer.
think it looks pretty cool.
Your hair looks good now.
every afternoon. So they wanted to be, nobody knew who I was, and that was fine. They wanted to get my hair done in the morning. They never have to touch it again.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like this orb, like I could turn my head and it would come after me, like, and it was like a helmet. And I thought, oh, it's bad, but no one's going to see this movie. It's okay.
Let's be honest.
I thought no one was going to see the movie. I thought it'd be like a Billy Madison, which was really, really fun. And like a lot of people saw it, but it wasn't like a humongous thing.
Well, it was like,
it grew.
But it started building. That was when it was building.
Right.
Did anyone refer to it as a turkey? During filming,
that sounds very specific and personal, Tina.
I just feel old guys here. This turkey ain't gonna fly. I just heard it as a figure of speech from old Teamsters. Look, kid, you're in a turkey.
You're in a turkey.
Good luck with it.
It's all right.
I was, I think, on Lost and Found when the camera guy goes, "Hey, get him next time." I go, "What does that mean?"
You thought you did the best.
The whole movie's not even done yet. Nah, come on. We're all gonna learn from this one.
You everything.
That feels like
because they know
negative.
they're like in the side not laughing. They're not
laughing. The worst
laughing.
part of movies, you do the first rehearsal at 8 a.m. You get all the chuckles. By the time it's on your shot, 12 hours later,
you're burned out.
It's like Dresden in there, okay?
But I mean, why don't you do you direct your own stuff?
Now I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do anything with someone.
And like keep it in 2 shots because who wants a close up?
I like
comedy?
2 shots.
Well, that's why everyone loves dailies back in the day because you could see the wide shot. This is so funny. Then it's cut into a million pieces. And it doesn't go from funny to less funny. It goes to not funny.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, I'm in total control of my career. Look at this. I say whatever I want.
Right. No, obviously you're the master of your own domain. Yes. I can see that you have an empire.
Yeah, kind of.
2 shots.
Antonio's Deli Productions have a production company with my sons, and yours is called
Bowen and Sons.
Is that to do with your sons?
My sons? No, I just always thought it was funny.
Oh,
I mean, my sons are 20.
Like a store in a small town.
Yeah, like Bowen and Sons. I don't know.
No, it's funny. It's like a big
hilarious.
Corporate.
We're dying.
Incorporated. This is the best podcast I've ever been a part of because it's like a pinball machine. I love it. We're just going all over.
Oh, that's me. I'm really sorry. If you guys had like a direction you need to go, I can be quiet.
Be in the moment.
No.
Okay, because I can be quiet and like answer questions if you want.
No, this is new.
We've
done a lot of these. You're in your own flavor, your own lane. Your stuff with David.
Well,
who's your favorite interview been so far?
Favorite interview so far?
Don't ask us that shit.
You know what? I guess it relates to you only because it was very different, and it was like our second one or first one.
Was it Tina?
Ed O'Neill.
Oh, Ed O'Neill.
Oh my God, you had Ed.
We had Ed O'Neill as our first one.
Oh,
are
he
you
was
fucking
our first
kidding me?
Very first.
Was he like? Looking at his watch.
No, listen. He calls. We all have the same manager, me and him.
Yeah.
Gervitz is and Ed's. So he would call and go, "Hey, Ed saw you on this. He wanted me to tell you. He thought this was funny." Ed, he would do that now and then, which is a very cool thing. I like to do it. He's older school. I do it on someone's Instagram. I will DM say, "Hey, I just saw you on this thing. You were funny," or "Hey, I just saw."
Right.
And so I like getting those feedback from people. And then when he did it, and then we said we're doing the show, he told Gervitz, "Yeah, I'll come on right away." We hadn't even started. He goes, "Yeah, I'll do it." And so he likes comedy, he likes Dana, and so he was super cool. And right away, our first one, it was kind of about SNL. You know, it's like general,
like for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and we go, "You host SNL?" He goes, "Yeah, I didn't really like it." And then it was silent, and then we go, "What else is going on?" And he had the most interesting stories.
I had heard things about him anecdotally, and also met him and this and that. And it was our first one, so I didn't know we had to emphasize SNL that much. So for 45 minutes, I got fascinated by his childhood.
Oh yeah,
he told a
Youngstown,
story because
Ohio.
The Popeye fire. You know, the martial arts guy, the tough guy with no ego about it. Because sometimes I stop, I whisper in the bar, I get real soft, and you could see he's making a fist, and the bullies are leaning in, and he goes, then I drop the hammer. So I was so fascinated by a Hollywood actor who first doesn't give a fuck about Hollywood.
None.
Or at all.
None.
Fame, zero, and was almost a made guy in New York.
Yeah.
A real football player, like a legitimate badass guy who's so alpha male, he doesn't wear it.
Yeah. And started in the theater.
Yeah.
Like actually has this like heavy training and everything.
Great actor. So he was one of our favorites. Maybe it's because it's our first.
Well, he's also super cool. He knew we were new at it, but it's just a bullshit session. So there was really no super wrong way to do it. And he had so many good story after story that we got entranced by that stuff. And then it was a fun one. So
what was he like for you?
We got a lot of good feedback.
He's the best.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't fuck with Ed.
Right.
But he's mostly just
he's fantastic.
Charmer.
We would joke that he has a book. We would all refer to it as Ed O'Neill, Chapter 9, because he'd be like, why sit No, why stand when you can sit?
Oh, in a scene?
Why sit when you can lie down? Why come to work when you can be at home? Like the minute he got there, he'd look at his watch and go, when are we wrapping? We do a rehearsal and he'd go, I think we got it. We have not rolled cameras.
Shot it yet.
We have not.
1 foot out the door.
Well, and one day he did leave, drove away. They're like, we're not done. He go, what? He had no idea. He works really fast. He's very smart, and he doesn't waste any time. And he also is like, never start the day in a sweater. You'll regret it. He has all these like bits of wisdom.
For a movie?
Because one day we were shooting this outdoor, like the family's playing touch football. We started shooting at 7 a.m.
When it's cold.
And we're cold, so we like can I get a sweater?
Yeah.
And then it's 2 p.m. And he's like, just crosses his arms and goes, never start in a sweater. And we're like, chapter 8.
Because you have to match for people.
Chapter 8, Ed O'Neill. He has so much wisdom.
Did you direct him ever?
Yes, I did have to direct him.
Is it hard directing everybody?
No, you just make sure the cameras are in the right place and walk away.
When you get him in, you go, okay, he's coming, so let's be ready.
Yeah, let's be really ready because you're not even going to get a whole take. He's gonna be like, I think we got it. You're like, wait, we haven't rolled yet. So that was terrifying. But he's
that's
wonderful.
From experience that when you got a neurotic director and you're wearing everybody out, wearing the crew out, wearing the actors.
Wait, whoa, who's neurotic in this story? Is this
not
you?
Not you. No,
you're prepared. I could tell you, Julie would be prepared.
I had a director once, so you're just going to drop bullets and it's a close up.
Yeah,
I'm going to say an hour.
On dropping bullets?
Yeah. Oh, that could be reset. Just a little frame different and just like that.
Were you even in the shot or just your hand?
But I was watching it and realized, okay, this guy is in a sandbox and right now he's dropping bullets and he doesn't want to go in and have dinner.
Right.
He does not want it to be over.
Right.
And so that kind of director just exhausts the shit out of everyone. But if you have Ed O'Neill, like, you're smart. You went over and said, Ed, what are you going to do here?
Right.
We'll be on you like this.
Right.
That's it.
And it's more about the people around him. And I mean, Ed is, and if you tell him where you're starting and where you're finishing, he knows where to go. And the man is so savvy. And he was so great with the kids because they were 11. And he would be like, bring them aside and tell them this is, you don't want to cross in the middle of a scene because then they got to film you twice. Like things like that.
All the old school tricks.
The old school, like find a comfortable place and not in the middle, but to the left or the right of the scene. So, you don't have to be in every single shot.
Oh, in the background when they're shooting close-ups.
Yeah. He knows all the tricks. Cross off before, say your line and cross off.
And then you'll never have to.
So he's about conserving energy.
He is, you know what? A little goes a long way with him, and he knows it.
Yeah.
He's
By the way, all those tricks, and it still works. It's not like people are like, oh, now it's bad. It's like, no, it's still good. You just cut the horse shit out because there's a lot of fluff and bullshit when they do overtakes. I remember we were doing so many takes on Dickie Roberts. Oh, a couple people remember in the back?
Knucking Futs.
Dickie Roberts, a comedy starring David Spade from 1997.
The very last day we have.
Brick, wall, waterfall. Dickie thinks he's got it all, but I don't. But he don't, but I do.
But I do. So boom with the
attitude. So boom
Peace,
with
punch, Captain Crunch. I got something you can't touch.
Which is really problematic, that line. When a 10-year-old girl,
say it now.
A 10-year-old girl is going, peace, punch, Captain Crunch. I got something you can't touch. And they cut back to David going, and you're like,
she's telling me I can't.
That you can't touch her.
That's the right thing to say.
Well, it's still kind of fucked up.
It's a song.
It's a little fucked up.
And then she goes, bang, bang, points down there. Choo-choo train. Wind me up, I do my thing.
Where does this go? Fudge, lemonade?
No.
Where does go?
That's a dirty song.
Mic drop?
Well, that's dirty. Well, Dana's a dirty man.
Yeah. Oh my God, look at this.
My mind is in the gutter.
No, he has to keep me in check.
I do think sexual thoughts all the time, and no one wants to know what I'm thinking.
Dana keeps me in check because I get a little R-rated on the thing.
You get a little R-rated, but you have editing power.
Well, we don't take
right.
it out.
We don't like to edit much, you know. But yeah, sometimes David will go, got a little pusher, and I'm like,
yeah, that's that. Yeah, maybe not that.
No, I think we said once that homeless people sometimes have really good hair and huge dicks, and it's not fair. And then,
but so
it's
does
funny. It's true.
So do a lot of people. Just like in general.
It's all not fair. I don't like any of it.
Homeless. A lot of people don't have their pants
hair
around
and a
their
big
ankles.
dick pisses you off.
Yes, there we go.
And you don't care if they're living under an underpass
or in Truesdale.
Still envious, even though they live in a cardboard box.
Infuriated,
they have the two
mad.
metrics that he really wants most: giant hair and a huge
giant dick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
we're working on it.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah,
running out of time, but working on it.
We're running out of time. I've never said
running out of time in life, but I'll get there.
Anyway, we're really our guest today. We're going to start now.
Okay, now,
Julie,
you guys can ask me questions or whatever it is that you do.
Be normal.
Should we just do one SNL song?
No. Let me tell you my finishing story. And Dickie Roberts, we were done.
Dickie Roberts out now.
You can take it if you want.
I just don't understand it.
That was a gift I got. She's looking at our fly on the wall.
It's a little creepy.
I don't know if it's a lunch pail or what is it.
It's just a little bit like something like you made in leather tooling class at
Tandy.
in there.
This is I was given. People can't see this, but it says
leather,
fly on the wall. It's a leather
bag.
something, and I was given it backstage.
It says fly on the wall.
It's very sweet. I have to put it back where it belongs. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So at the end of the movie, like you were saying, we had
Roberts.
Sam Weissman was the director, and he was great. The whole time was great. We moved quickly. That's always.
I'm sorry. Does Dana always like an old lady at a matinee unwrapping her Werthers?
No, this is. Yeah, I hate people who do this in a movie theater. It's a drama.
It's doing
Just fucking eat the can. Yeah. So anyway, go ahead, David.
Thank God Dana takes the heat. He's eating a protein bar.
Over there, you're like.
David got me into protein bars. Like
They're the
now,
best.
I'm not even hypoglycemic, but I'm like, I guess I better have a bite of one.
You have to
I'm gonna
eat.
wait till the story's over. This is the Dickie Roberts Lifetime Achievement
Such a
Story
good story.
Award, starring David Spade.
We all know that when you move quickly on a movie, like if Julie's the director, she's got like this. You know, I know how she is, and she's smart, thinking ahead, and she will keep that set moving.
You could direct
that
me.
keeps morale up. Now on this movie, everything was going pretty good. But at the last day, we were wrapping. We said we're going to wrap around 5 early because we only had a couple things to do. So we planned a party, and then we said, oh, well, and then everyone will stay, and we'll have catering and all this shit. We wrapped at 12:30 in the night, and at night,
like at a.m.
And we missed the party, and I think, bless his heart, the director had rapophobia. And that's what Dana was talking about. They don't want to go home. They don't want it to be over. And they keep shooting.
They're playing
and making up things to shoot, basically.
But they also they have overlords and people at studios being like, you didn't get this, you didn't cover it, and they start to doubt themselves, and they're like, they know they have it, but they're like, I might have to shoot it like a
sure.
3/4.
Do you have a POV from the squirrel shooting up, and they're like, no, we didn't get that. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing out there?
It is
so the
a
next
methodology of some companies. Just cover the shit out of it, and we'll make the movie in post.
Exactly.
Make it in editing. It's an old thing they do. And even on Sandler movies, like if he's not there, because he sort of masterminds the whole thing. And if I'm on a movie and he's producing it, then they want to know, they're second guessing, what will he be looking for?
Exactly.
But you're in them with him, so it's fun when you're in with him. When it's not, you have to do a little extra coverage.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been with him.
You're like, I've been blessed to be in the good ones where Adam's in them.
Every movie I did with Adam, I just did 2 cameos. They both were not his biggest box office.
What were they?
Jack and Jill and Little Nicky. All very funny.
Little Nicky is a big cult hit, though.
Yes.
That one is people love.
Yeah.
From the South.
I mean, Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore are huge now with young kids.
Yeah.
Again.
Because those 90s comedies, early knots comedies, they were just funny and light.
What's
My
a
sons
knot?
love them. I don't know. What's 2000 to 2009?
10.
Is that the
That's
knots?
the aughts.
Aughts?
The
It's
aughts.
not the knots? I've been saying that for 2 years.
Jason and the
knots,
Arger
it's like,
knots.
It's like it's what you didn't want to do in the aughts. That's a knot.
Okay, we talked about this the other day. What's 2010 to 2019?
Oh, I don't have any idea.
That's the teens.
The naughty teens?
The naughty teens.
Are you a naughty teen?
And what are we into now?
That's a website I have.
We're in the roaring 20s.
We're up to the
We're
20s.
in the roaring 20s after a
Now,
pandemic.
finally, roaring 20s.
Just like 100 years ago.
What was your strong turn on ER?
I played a woman named Roxanne.
What do you do?
I made out with I can't remember what my role, what my character was. She did insurance or something.
Yep.
And I ended up with Noah Wiley.
Strong turn.
Strong turn.
Who did you give a BJ to in Horrible Bosses? Just look at my notes.
Jason Bateman.
Was it?
Close.
No, I'm guessing.
Sudeikis.
It was Sudeikis, but you never see it. You just hear the improv where I say your balls are so smooth.
And that was improv? That was your ad-lib? And they kept it in?
Yeah. Your balls are so smooth.
And who was your husband?
Oh, Kevin Spacey. But it was before...
Did you leave the window open?
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. He was top of his game. Yep. We did not. There were no
brilliant
scandal.
actor.
One of the biggest stars at the time, probably. It was huge.
This was even pre House of Cards.
Oh,
he still had some life in him.
You're still.
It's like
it says you're fluent in Neutrogena. I'm reading this wrong.
No, I'm not.
She's a spokesman.
You were a spokesman for Neutrogena.
I was twice.
Is fluent in Neutrogena.
I was a spokesman for Neutrogena twice when I was a younger person, and then they got me to be as an old person.
Then
they didn't renew my contract because they said they needed someone who looked more mature. Nicole Kidman.
Do you know that's a word that makes you sound drunk? What are the 2 words that make you sound drunk?
Neutrogena.
Say judicial.
Oh, yeah.
I went to judicial and I got some Neutrogena.
You're right.
Those 2 words, you're stone sober, you will sound drunk.
Yeah, that's a world you're...
Neutrogena and judicial.
I remember seeing Julie on the back of a magazine in a Neutrogena picture.
Yeah. That was and then you were finally like, okay, I guess she's worthy of this Spade Hall of Fame.
It was already rolling by then.
I think it had already rolled.
No, she was on Ed, and then you went to Boston Legal.
And
then you did.
Do we just do IMDb?
Yeah.
You work with William Shatner.
I'm reading. I don't
Did
really
you go with James Spade or William Shatner? Was that on that too?
That was James Spade and William Shatner and Candice Bergen. That's who I was most... Candy. Oh, you guys.
Back to SNL.
Oh, she was on SNL.
She's a 5-timer, isn't she?
Yeah, I had an Asian character named Ching Change, and she was in those sketches.
I know.
The vapors come on.
Like, I need to leave now.
It was 1986. I would never do it again. I swear. But it was a character done very lovingly and sweetly. But
I was
she was part of that
in
sketch.
the audience. I'll tell you that much.
Do you worry about that? Like
I'll get someone's
going to cancel you because what you did in 86?
Because I know where it came from. I know the intent in my heart. Intentions matter. So I got it. It's based on someone I knew.
And no one said anything.
Who had a pet chicken or appeared to have a pet chicken on a leash in his front yard.
Yeah. Which is very sweet. I just, it's crappy now that you have to worry about that. Like, I think about it all the time. Like, am I going to say something that I think is funny? And then,
Well, they tried to ding Ben Stiller, who's brilliant, about Tropic Thunder. And it just says they don't have time for...
But Tropic Thunder was like ahead of its time.
Satirizing narcissistic actors who will do anything to get an Academy Award. It has nothing to do with anything else. So he just didn't apologize. And
was that for Simple? Oh, it was for Simple Jack.
No.
And also Robert Downey Jr.
And also Robert Downey Jr.
An Australian actor who was so narcissistic and so desperate that he does blackface, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was... But I thought that was...
Simple Jack was in trouble, too.
Simple Jack...
Well, that was making fun. I always say to my kids, like, if you see people play, mentally deficient human beings, they always have short khaki pants and awkward haircuts and big ears. And so I saw that in 2 actors, I won't name them, who got the Academy Award for playing a character like that. Mm-hmm. So Ben was satirizing the cliche that if you're that type of person, you need to have really short khaki pants and a really short haircut and have your ears stick out.
Right. And he was satirizing it, but sometimes the satire gets you canceled.
Well, and I'm not against
if you just look at it from the surface.
There's cringy things all over, movies and it's fine. I mean, I'm open minded.
I haven't watched Wayne's World recently. I'm not sure would it be like.
We're good on that one because we didn't do any drugs. The only thing we did was we'd see a girl and thrust our hips and say swing.
Sorry, swing.
And so it's pretty, sphincter says what? Swing. It's pretty benign.
Cream of Some Young Guy?
Do you do Cream of Some Young Guy?
Austin Powers, which is a brilliant trilogy, went harder at some of those things. Okay. God, that might have been in Wayne's World.
Did you say, I'd like some gangbang chicken? Is that
I just know that all those movies made me laugh really hard. And I revisited, I produced a movie for Disney Plus. It's the first TV-14 movie they've done called Prom Pact. It just came out last week. And it has like red Solo cups and people reference sex, and there's gay characters, and it was it kind of fell between the Bob Chapek going out and Bob Iger coming back in. People were not really paying close attention. And I can't decide if we're going to be like, if Disney's going to love us and hire us again and again, or they are like freaking out because they actually have characters saying some racy things.
So 14 means just 14 and up instead of just totally G
kids.
Or PG.
Exactly. Right. It's not even PG. It's like yeah, there's some content up in here. But yeah, it can. There's some content up in here.
There's some content all up in here. I don't know.
We get some content up in here, but you know, you get concerned that you're going to get in trouble later on.
Yeah, I'm been around so long and no one cares about me. I'm uncancelable. I mean, I can't. No one would cancel me because they don't even know
Dana,
to look me up.
I'm too superstitious. I don't want you to get canceled.
Listen, the Emperor's New Groove. We had to take out all the dry humping scenes.
Oh no, and it was animated, so. But for Prom Pact, we decided to address all the 80s problems and the John, because it's a reference, it's all like an homage to John Hughes, but then we have to talk about how problematic John Hughes was. So we watched all those movies again. And,
Ferris Bueller?
Ferris Bueller holds up well.
That seems kind of like an iconic comedy.
Breakfast Club?
Breakfast Club mostly pretty well.
But there's some edge.
I mean, now that we go over to like Weird Science,
Weird Science is
God, I love that.
Not what is the main thing? What subject? Was
I mean, the character
sex.
in Prom Pact says it's an episode of SVU. Like it's like you create a woman and just to bang her. I think.
Oh yeah, Weird Science. I got you. Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds, very problematic.
Sure.
Yes.
There's some really
all those movies are like drill a hole through walls just to watch girls naked.
That was
it's like
couldn't even touch that.
And make sure the girls passed out before you have
Remember
sex.
that one? Glory hole galore.
I think that was actually a porn. That might have been a porn.
I don't know about that. I don't know where I saw it. I made that up. They're going, really? That's a movie?
That's a movie. It's like
a movie that couldn't be made today for $20, Bob. Glory hole.
There's a great
galore.
glory hole on Peak.
This is the kind of content that Dana's not comfortable with.
Today.
I know. He's jumping in though.
Today it's all, we're hanging it all out. This will be one episode.
This one won't air.
My wife will be driving and she'll be.
What's the Prom Pact?
What is the Prom Pact? What do you mean? What is it?
Yeah, what's the actual pact?
Oh, it's that the two best friends in the movie agree that they've never
They're gonna have a gangbang.
No, they've never gone to any of the high school stuff. They're both like nerds and really serious. They're like, they've never gone to prom. They're like, fine, we'll do it together. And then the lots of complications ensue.
Yeah, don't give everything away.
I'm not going to give it away.
It's
You're
two
gonna
guys
like it.
or two girls?
Two girls. No, girl and a guy. They're best friends.
Oh, they're best friends. Are they going to go together? Or
yeah, they're going to go together. They're
now
go together.
Streaming or coming up?
Now streaming.
It'll be
now streaming.
Disney
You would
Plus.
actually like. I don't know what your taste is. You would actually like it because it's kind of sweet and it's kind of cute.
Sweet and cute. I don't mind that.
It's sweet and cute, and there's
I like
some pervy
2001
things.
Space Odyssey.
And there's some pervy things.
And I like the first Alien.
You like 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Yeah,
Sober?
I've seen it 40 times.
How many of those times were you unaltered?
No, he loves
No, unaltered. I've memorized. Out of Africa is my wife and I's touchstone movie.
2001. Did you just say you have it memorized?
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
There's only like 8 words.
I know. That's why
Yeah. I'm like, I remember
Open the
seeing
pod bay
it.
door, Hal.
Open the pod bay door, Hal.
No,
I'm sorry, I can't do that. There's not much.
In high school, when we would see it, and I would say, "Open the bathroom door," Hal, they were stoned. My friends were stoned in the Volkswagen Bug in 1969, and I would go, "Open the bathroom door," instead of "Papa." They would laugh for like an hour and a half, because they were high. But
I never understood.
Movie.
It is brilliant and way beyond me in a lot of ways. I feel like I missed.
It's just, is there a better topic for a film than how we got here? And the idea we've been seeded by aliens, basically, that infused primates with intelligence that become us.
That's what it was about?
I mean, the
didn't even
greatest
get it.
mic drop in a movie is with the discovery that he can use the bone as a weapon. How he takes his time, and then that music, and he throws it, it turns into a spaceship. I mean, come on. Julie, go with me. Well, what's your favorite movie besides Wayne's World? And Dickie Roberts?
I love Dickie Roberts, of course.
But iconic. Here's a question: movies you watch every couple of years. Movies that like for me, The Godfather 1 and 2, I'll see every couple of years.
That's a real dude. Yeah. I think that's.
I know. What's yours?
Scarface dude movie.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
With Jim Carrey. Right?
Jim Carrey.
That's a very heavy, cool. Did Charlie Kaufman write that?
Charlie Kaufman wrote it, and Michel Gondry. Is that how you say his name? I'm probably saying it wrong.
That's his name. That's her name. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her name. You're an asshole. Any Charlie Kaufman movie, I feel like you can watch again and again and again because it's like they're so layered.
It was the one with Nicolas Cage.
Is that the one? Or someone
Nicolas Cage? That was the
Malkovich?
That was the one. Not being John Malkovich. That was the one. Adaptation.
Yes.
Adaptation was phenomenal.
Charlie Kaufman wrote on the variety show I did in '96 with Louis C.K. And
he did?
Yeah, Charlie Kaufman.
You never say him.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Charlie, what was that like?
Charlie is, he's brilliant. He's quiet. He's, he was just around doing crazy stuff.
But he would write a sketch that would be easily digestible to an American audience. I can't see it.
Well, the show was essentially canceled after 12 minutes of airing. They let us. We'd already the first 6 episodes.
I see.
We went from 16 million to 2 million as I was playing Clinton breastfeeding puppies. So that we did not have a commercial bone in our body. That was Disney. Disney bought ABC after we agreed to the deal, and so we were a square peg in a.
Well, you went after Home Improvement, which was a very
we followed
family
Spin
show.
City, Home Improvement.
You followed Home Improvement?
Yeah, which is a great show.
But
we were doing acidy, yeah. But we weren't. They thought we were blue. We weren't blue at all. We were just abstract. That's where
Bill Clinton breastfeeding puppies. You're not joking. That
was the cold opener. It was Louis' idea, not to blame Louis. We banked it a month before.
Everyone wants to blame him.
And it was like, he goes, Clinton's like, and I believe in our country. I know we're in a crisis. And he goes, and that's why I have. And then I'm just buttoning the jacket, and you see these teats have been put on me. And then puppies are brought out. And I will feed these puppies like I feed a worried nation. You know, that kind of thing.
Worried nation.
Right after Spin City. What's going on? Laugh track.
Oh, my God. It makes me so happy to hear you do impersonations. I know.
I'll do anyone you want.
Really? You do so many. Just right there, you just did Bill Clinton and Michael J. Fox, but barely, just whiffing past them so perfectly.
No, he can do Trump.
Lately, I've been doing
Trump with the Miranda rights.
I do Trump. I don't know. This will be after. You can cut this out. When Trump got arrested, put it that way. You could put the cuffs on me, but you don't have to read me the rights because I wrote the rights. I could write a lot of things. I wrote it with a lovely lady named Miranda. I told her you have the right to remain silent. She put it down, and we're going to do it. Some people said no, but we're doing it anyway. We wrote the whole thing. So that's just a poem, basically, for me. You want to hear my Fauci poem?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a poem that maybe wouldn't work anymore. To me, they're all Fauci poems.
Okay.
I know I told you when you had the COVID shot, you'd be dancing in the streets. Okay, I missed it by that much. All right. Now you have 2 COVID shots, 3 boosters. You're getting and giving COVID to another guy who's got 2 boosters and 3 shots. That's why I'm introducing the daily COVID shot. Every day you go to your healthcare provider, you get your shot. By the time you get to your car, you got no immunity, but it's a beautiful 39 seconds. I'm Tony Fauci, and from the bottom of my all-new leather Fauci's, go fuck yourself. I had to get the end.
Who would
That's
do?
Cathartic. I'm sorry if I've done that before on the podcast. Not many times.
No,
would you like to go? Would you ever go back on SNL and do characters?
Yeah, of course I would.
But
come on, let's get real. My father lost his job. No joke. I can't around here because David Spade is the funniest guy I've ever seen. It's the people, the Pirates, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Sorry. I would. I like doing it on the podcast because there's no rehearsal, no script, no one's yelling at me. David's not trying to control me.
Right, because on SNL they don't make as much fun as Biden as would maybe.
As you would like to.
Well, as just split it down the middle. Just keep it fun. Make fun of both sides.
Yeah, they just had that guy, that
James Austin Johnson.
He's
brilliant.
Just so good. His cold open this
jazz.
last week.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. He was doing singing, and
he is amazing.
He's so good at it that it kind of doesn't matter.
It's too good.
It's so good.
My style is I don't want to teach or be taught, so I'm not going to try to overtly sneak in a political statement. I don't like preaching to a choir and getting
right.
So I'm trying to find what is fucking funny about these people. Both these 2 guys are really funny, rhythmically, personality-wise. at first when Biden came out, it was just like grandpa of the country.
Yeah.
Trump made everyone crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, come on, folks. He was very gentle. And then he started yelling. And that was like, what a great hook. You know, he whispers, guess what? The rich don't pay their fair share. They got to pay their fair share. It's a fair share. And it goes up and screams like the grumpy old man, right? Basically, the ball went in his yard. It's mine now.
He'd get off my lawn.
But to your point, I don't know what the point was.
No,
I just would you want to go on and do any, like, do you guys miss that?
The shoe was on the other foot.
You know, you were right.
I don't know how not to ask questions.
No. We like it when you ask questions.
You're not pushy enough.
The point is, yes, it's fun. I go back there and do a guest spot.
They
That's
could
really
easily bring
fun.
Dana in to cover somebody.
I love being on it. I love sketch comedy. And I love watching the people doing it now. But if you're doing a small comedy club and riffing or podcasting, I get a lot of a fix off that too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You don't need to
It's not going through 100 channels and, getting edited. Or you watch, even the Mark Twain, we had a great time, but they took 90 minutes out of the show. So
They did?
I got 4 jokes lost. I only did 4.5 minutes. I lost 4
Do you
jokes.
want to do one of the lost jokes?
Do you want to do one right now? Yeah, let's do it.
What if they suck? I said, in this woke age of PC and comedy, please, I think Mark Twain would be the only one that would not win the Mark Twain Award.
No wonder. Of course, that wasn't going to be. That was designed to be cut.
I said
You're like,
he had
here's
some
a
iffy
freebie.
material.
You threw
By the
them
prompter,
some.
they held up scissors with their fingers.
Like, nope. That is the most low-hanging fruit. You insulted Mark Twain.
I said he had some iffy stuff. And then, here's a harmless one. I've done a lot of movies with Sandler. Instead of listing them, just go to your unmarried uncle's house and look at his posters in his bedroom. That's my movies with Sandler. Do over. That's fun. That's harmless little jabs.
That's harmless.
And it makes fun of me.
Did the Dennis thing make it? I don't think so.
Oh, on the actual show? No, I don't think so.
What was yours?
Dennis Miller about Sandler getting the Twain, if I can remember it. Criminy. So the Sandman got the Mark Twain Prize. All right. That's a pithy moniker. One of the great minds of the last millennia has a Cracker Jack motif, okay? Sandman makes 60 movies, gets a tiny whistle for his efforts. So that's just like a little...
They were working with... we had a good Nancy. What did you say? Because Nancy Pelosi was in the front row.
Unpack there. That's me channeling
Nancy
Dennis.
Pelosi was in the front row?
And Paul Pelosi, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How was Paul? You look okay?
Paul looked great. I did Pelosi to her. I said, I do you. It's very exaggerated. The Republicans drive you crazy, and you always look like you just sat on something cold and wet. And then I go, she was not smiling.
Scissors by the telephone.
Scissor time.
Scissors.
She even did it.
She's like, mm-mm.
She goes, guess who's the exec producer of this thing?
The lights started flashing. People are evacuating. Attention.
Oh my God.
Attention. Please remove. Go to the
You guys are
closest.
so
We had a
you're
blast,
fearless that night at
or stupid.
well, but the
dinner.
D Squad dinner here for
Spillover dinner.
Right.
spillover dinner for those who were not going to DC. There, everyone got up and everybody gave a loose, not a tight 5, but like a loose 7
tribute
and tribute. And there was some really dicey stuff. And I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to call anybody out. But I was like, holy crap! These people have no fear.
Right. Well, at the Kennedy Center, everyone was well dressed. It was almost like a corporate audience. There was a little more gravitas about the situation. But that was like playing to your peers in the audience. Most of the comedians were in the audience. But yeah, fearless.
So no Schneider.
What? Come on.
No.
The points in our water.
He was there both.
He
Adam was there. Or sorry, yeah, Schneider was there.
Schneider was there, and he performed in that.
He did, and then he sang. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, amazing. Okay,
he can sing.
He sang "Grow Old with You."
Grow Old with You?
That was one of Sandler's songs.
He can really, he can really sing.
He sang. He's a great singer. On the road, when we go on the road with Adam, he goes up and sings "Now or Never" as Elvis.
That's right. I've seen him sing. That's right.
And he fucking belts it. They go crazy because he
can actually sing.
He can sing, and he was Elvis in Japan for 6 months, so he knows how to do it.
Wait, for real or like as a joke?
No, he went there when we started stand up, and he did.
He tells a 10-minute story on this podcast about how he became Tiny Elvis in Japan. It was a big hit.
You said 10 minutes like it was a bad thing. I feel like it was.
No, it was great.
Okay,
I mean, because it was a lot of building blocks of how it came about and how he became Tiny Elvis in Tokyo and crushing it. No, he would refer to. He said I was Tiny Elvis.
When we got to SNL,
he said he was tiny.
He didn't. Well, Jada just threw that on
I don't know if they're confusing because we did SNL.
Well, didn't he call himself Tiny Elvis?
The first show of the season when we came back from summer,
he did a sketch where
Nicolas Cage was the host, and we
did
did Tiny Elvis.
That's where I got it from.
Because it's you and it's me. I'm Tiny Elvis.
And wasn't he keyed in on his shoulder or something?
Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
That's why. Rob. That's where I got Tiny Elvis from.
Was Tiny Elvis on the dashboard? And
sakes, not like I'm Tom Brady over here, you know.
You guys really just free fly it.
No, free fly. Okay, here we go.
You're like, well, there's no there.
There's no there. I'm like, do they head towards something?
I'm most crazy. Fill in the blank with Julie.
Oh yeah,
Bowen.
here we go. This is a quiz.
Oh God.
Okay, let's sing.
These
Fill
are
in
easy.
the blank with Judy.
Yeah,
Julie
harmonize,
Bowen.
David. Harmonize.
No, he's got it.
Fill in the blank. I'm most crazy when. Fill in the blank.
I'm most crazy when. Oh.
That
you
could be
get
an
up
answer.
to when you go to bed.
Oh, it could be an answer.
No. I'm most crazy when around my kids when they're jackasses.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you ever gone on
answer.
and checked somebody's celebrity net worth? Because I do it a lot. I think they're.
Yes.
Have you checked your own net worth?
Yes.
Is it accurate?
No. And that's how I know that the other ones
Right.
aren't accurate.
Yeah.
I was like, that is so inaccurate.
Okay.
You know, that's I think what they do is you're what you've made, they guess on everything you've ever shot with no taxes and never spending money.
Right. And then you've never spent a nickel of that money, and that you've never put a kid through private
no
school.
divorce.
Like no divorce. Yeah.
Gross cash turns into tissue paper in a fireplace. And it's not a complaint. We're very privileged.
Turns
but
into
yeah,
Leno's
it's like,
ear. Remember when Leno goes, my ear? He goes, you know, when your
He
face
said that. It's
catches,
made
he
of
goes,
paper.
when your face catches on fire, your ear is the first to go.
we already.
He goes, it goes up
say
like
that.
tissue paper. He goes, there's nothing there.
When I read something
Swear to God.
negative about myself,
Okay.
my reaction is
Oh, panic. Panic and shame. And so I don't.
you don't
Shame
say
and
fuck
panic.
these people.
No. So I have a strict no reading about myself ever policy.
I don't look at anything. I don't look at any picture. I don't read anything.
It's too horrifying.
Nothing.
The smart is to believe the good, but don't believe the bad. That's what I
No,
do.
but that you can't. If you believe the good, then you got to believe the bad. So you can't read the good. My mom used to always try and send me shit like that she, cut out of the paper or cut out of a magazine. Go, but it's good. And I said, yeah, but I don't want the shit that's good because then I have to believe it when they say that I'm like.
Everyone sees this. 10
Always
examples of
strategize.
how Dana Carvey was never funny. I'm
Yes.
like, can I click off?
BuzzFeed.
We have
Thanks, BuzzFeed.
concrete proof.
Here's
David
proof.
Spade's not
My
funny.
biggest indulgence is
Glasses. I'm not wearing them right now, but I've spent an enormous
spending money.
spending money. That's an adult. Yeah.
What about your ski trip?
wow.
But that's for the kids. I'll spend money on my kids. Sure. So you could say my kids, but that's boring.
Can we switch the answer, judges?
Last time, or a little sort of Barbara Walters. Last time I felt brave.
Oh, wait.
Ooh.
Well, how come you don't ask these questions?
Because he's the brains of the outfit.
Okay.
I'm just here for looks.
Last time I felt brave.
And you also can say pass. It can be
yeah,
like
you
a
can say
game
that.
show.
No. Wow.
When you went down fucking
All right,
devil's ball sack.
No,
when you
I did
think
not
about-
go down Devil's Ball Sack. I did go skiing with my kids, and they were trying to make me do a lot of jumps. And so physically brave, I actually did one. And it was terrifying, and I was sure I was going to break in 10 pieces. I'm a good skier, but
I used to watch my kids go down a giant hill, laying on their stomach on a flexi. So it's little wheels, and the helmets are kind of not really on. And my wife could look, and I would always have to look away because of childhood trauma.
No, you
But one
can't.
time I did look, and that was the bravest.
although my kids did say to me, Mom, I think if when I'm a parent, I'll never do this with my kids because it's so dangerous. And I was like, wait, what? I just got told that my parenting was rough by my own kids.
Things I have a hard time saying no to. I mean, you were offered a lot of things like charity
Oh, you mean
benefits, and if you could
work-wise?
show
I
up,
say no
go-
to everything.
Did you feel guilty at all,
Oh
or
my
you're
God,
just
I
healthy
feel
about
so good. If a friend hits me up for something that's charity
School
oriented,
related, you can just-
school, charity, all that. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff for my kids' schools that
When you
know.
want to say no, how do you do it? Email, phone call, text. Just can't.
Ghost.
Too busy right now, or
If I want to say no, I'm out of town.
out of town.
I'm out of town.
Even if you're not, then you have to hide out those.
Then
days.
you have to hide that weekend.
Okay, here's
but
one
that's
that's
okay.
interesting.
It's worth it.
Favorite full circle, because we have a theme. Favorite, everyone has theirs. I know mine. Favorite SNL cast.
Oh, full cast?
Well, or
we're doing like fantasy
we were
football.
part of a hybrid.
Oh, you could do fantasy football.
You guys should do a fantasy football because then I would go.
Do that.
I mean, I would obviously have to have you guys.
Have to, yes.
Have to.
There's Hall of Famers in every cast.
Yeah,
and
then who is the starting crew?
Cast.
My starting lineup would have to be but there's some that
no, I hate doing that because then I forget someone.
No, I know, but like Beck Bennett, who was in the last kind of cast,
great cast member.
Quiet, slow roll for the first maybe 4 years, and then on fire for the last
Just
2 or 3.
Putin with the shirt off.
I mean, Putin with the shirt off. And then you've got the guys who Mikey Day and the ones who play the Trump brothers.
Yeah.
But I'd say overall, I mean, you got to have Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
We know we have to have Will.
You have to have
and
Will.
Will knows we have to have Will. He's amazing.
I mean,
he's
do.
amazing. He's into.
He's a
we have to have
first
Bill
ballot.
Hader. You have to have Kristen Wiig. It goes on and on. You know, Keenan gave us a future episode, but he gave a great answer. I guess we can save it. But he said the women. The women since 2000, and of course Sherry O'Terry is one of my favorites before that, and Jan Hooks and everybody. But it's kind of been so dominant, like never before in the history of the show when you start adding them up.
And I agree.
Do you like people to say oriented or orientated?
Orientated isn't a word.
I know, my friend says
oriented,
it drives me
that
fucking
sounds
bananas.
Orientated? Who says it?
He goes, they're more family orientated, and I go,
family orientated.
People say it all the time.
Oh, here's an easy one. My
knew it wasn't
favorite
a word,
exercise is...
Exercise, like with my body?
Yeah, do you like walking? Do you do a Stairmaster?
Why do you ask these things?
Because I'm out of bullets. I got nothing.
Yeah.
we were out a half hour
over
ago.
and over in the sandbox a while ago. My favorite part, I exercise all the time obsessively because I'm crazy and I have to get my brain to shut up. So I ride a bike to nowhere a lot.
I could have answered that.
Yeah.
Okay, Julie, we know you got to run. Thank you for coming by. We're going to go to a break. We have...
everyone behind you goes, she doesn't have to go.
I know.
She doesn't have to go. They're like, we just really need to be done with this.
No, we did good though. We thought it was really good.
We were counselable in a couple segments, right?
Counselable?
No, cancelable.
I'm not
Cancelable.
really. I went to state school. I mean,
yeah.
Where are you from?
Montana,
and then the peninsula.
Where in Montana?
Missoula.
Was that where you just were?
I was just in Montana. I was in Big Sky.
I was there too. I was in Big Fork visiting relatives.
I was in Big Dick.
Yeah, there is Big Dick, Dixon County.
I should have said Big Dick.
Big Sky, Big Fork.
You
and
were
of
down
course,
by
Big
Livingston then.
I don't know. But I like it. I like it because you go skiing there and there's dudes in Carhartt jackets and like no helmet. And they're like old school.
Right.
And then, they're like, they come up here, they cut a butt.
Dana drives up in his Volvo.
I drove up my Volvo.
And they go, look at this city boy.
Well, it's a poem. Well. Looky what we got ourselves here. We got a city boy. You from Stockholm? Is that what y'all? City boy with your Swedish car driving all around. Oh, you got airbags? Oh, you got a little pillow in case you hit a grizzly bear? I sound like Chris Rock.
Hey, sweetie pie. You got a little... Do you have a Volvo, by the way?
Do I have a Volvo?
Yeah, I just want the audience to know who to
No,
follow.
I don't have a Volvo.
Do you have a Vulva?
I do have a Volva, but I do not have a Volvo.
Let's look at a clip of it.
Let's go.
Well, looky what we got ourselves here. We got a baby Volva. That's what your plan is? Anyway.
Actually, I got to go. Julie.
He has a lunch.
All right, Midnight Toker. You guys work fast.
That's good. 1 hour. We got to get them in and out. We don't want to...
Yeah,
We're
it's
not
like
Rogan.
another
We're running out
pancake.
of
Ty
stuff.
Burrell is...
the greatest person that ever lived.
Lightning round.
Yeah.
let me tell you.
Jesse Ferguson is...
the most unrecognized of our cast is being freaking funny as hell.
Sofia Vergara.
Sofia Vergara is a heart of gold, the most generous. She's a queen. My kid just spent 12 hours with her 2 days ago because he went to see America's Got Talent and with another friend.
Oh, she's there?
And I said, if you have a chance, say hi to Sophia. She had cameras on him. She took pictures. She sent it to me. She's the most generous, kind
so you
person.
just had a blast.
What's
on
your
that
impression
show.
of Sofia Vergara? Do you have one?
Where you have to, it has to be about somebody. Oh, the one that people really liked, we were on Ellen, and they were saying, "What's your relationship with Sophia like?" And I said, she keeps to herself, and like she lives in a castle, like in the sky with like a beautiful man.
Yeah.
But every now and again, I'll get a call and she'll go, "Julie, this thing tonight it is cocktail." I'm like, what do you mean? What do we wear? It's cocktail? He said, well, I mean, you can wear a dress or you just have to look nice. But it's a cocktail. Like, it's cocktail. Like, she has this very specific cocktail means something tight and to the knee, and in evening means tight and to the floor. And cocktail, she's like, cocktail, with like fruit or flower. And I'm like, so your dress can have fruits or flowers on it for cocktail, but not for evening? She's like, yes. So that's Sophia.
Does she have a good ear? Is it just, that's cool.
You spend time around her.
The best way to learn someone is just to be around them.
Yeah, just being around them.
You just start telling stories and talking for them, and then you realize you're doing an impression of them.
Jizz.
Jizz.
And what was Sandler's spillover party? Was that cocktail?
It was, well, for me, it was cocktail. For Sandler, it was vagabond.
it was green jets parka.
Vagabond.
It was. I'm fluent in Italian. You hit that, and you.
I'm fake. I do fake Italian.
You are very good at your fake Italian.
Julie, the exit is on the.
That's fake
linguini. You just have to throw in some food words.
The exit's on the
Julie
fifth floor.
Bowen.
I want to see this house.
Okay, I have a little observation right before. This is part of Mike Judge.
Start
I'll say, hey, Dave, before we talk about our friend Mike Judge, because we now call him our friend.
Great dude.
Do you accept cookies every time you see it? Because whoever thought of the phrase accept cookies is a genius, because really they should ask, can we spy on you?
Yeah.
Can we spy on you? But accept cookies, they take me right back to a 10-year-old. Well, fuck yes. I'm going to accept some cookies.
I'll accept all cookies and more.
But do you sometimes go, if I don't accept the cookies, whatever I'm looking at won't be as good, like it'll
take out the good parts?
They'll take out the good parts. It won't be as good, so I'll accept cookies and get the really good article.
No, I do it on Instagram, and it says, oh, do you want cookies? It doesn't matter if you want cookies or not. And I go, no. And they go, okay, bye. And then you're just off the website, I go, well, so it's sort of, I have to.
I think they should change it to, how about a brownie? And then you say yes or no. Hey, how about a brownie?
Well, is it like a cookie though?
Yeah, like instead of accept cookies, how about a brownie? And you go, yes. And then they spy. They got legally can harvest your information and sell it to people all over the world.
Yeah.
And
they should say, a brownie is a harvesting mechanism. We spy on you while you're in the shower and while you're on your laptop. And I go, well, that's fun. I just want to read this article about,
I'm just
Khloe
trying
Kardashian.
to find the best route to drive to Big Fork, Montana. I don't need you going into all my personal details, looking at my apps, okay?
I just want to see pics of J-Lo's wedding nuptials.
Going with Affleck, he's a doozy. Let me tell you, that's forever. I love those two.
All right, so Mike Judge, great guy. Here he comes,
Mike
sweetheart.
Judge.
Worked on SNL, so there is a wispy connection. He did Milton.
Yes.
We get into that hard.
He
did Beavis and Butthead for us, which is great because it's so cool to see him do it in person.
I know, because he's unassuming and shy and sweet, and then when he goes into Beavis and Butthead, it's kind of magic.
Yeah.
And then he did Hank from King of the Hill, and his eyes were all rolling around in his head. And so just to see him do it, and I told him there's something about Beavis and Butthead that is endlessly funny. It's kind of like a Tarantino movie. Just two idiots looking at hot dogs. Hot dogs. It never doesn't make me laugh. And it was so much fun to hear his process, how he learned to draw, how he did those voices, what his influences were.
Yeah, and listen, he's rich. If I had his money, I'd throw mine away. Here he is, Mike Judge.
Why would you throw your money?
Well, I have so
Why
much
don't you add mine?
No, got to get rid of it.
Like Denny said, it all comes down to paintings and planes, Carvey. In the end of the day, you're at Hemingway's in Paris. That's where Bill Gates goes, all right? But getting a Monet and on a G7 to Moscow is a little more pricey. That's that clenched jaw, Dennis. So why would you want to get out of California? I mean, Was it the homeless and the regulations and taxes, or is it just like
being gunned down in the streets? This place is like the Purge, dude.
I see a guy in the street, his pants are around his ankle and he's screaming on my way to the grocery store. It doesn't ding me. It doesn't change my
Every time I see that, I go, why is his dick bigger than mine? That's all I can think about.
They always have full heads of hair. If you're homeless.
I know. They have a full head of hair, and I can't I eat right and exercise.
We'd have to do like
you won in other ways.
Vodka a day. Something about that creates pheromones.
They're great hair, and I go.
What are we on camera live for Greg to see?
Yeah. Keith Richards has all his hair. Right? He didn't get hair plugs, did he?
Who?
Keith Richards.
I'm just thinking of like
no.
Other junkies.
He went bandana. So the big bandana forgives everything. Like Nadal, I've seen the French Open yesterday. I was at the dentist, and he's got the big bandana. You can either be a pirate or a cowboy when you get older.
Yeah.
The pirate would be Steven Tyler. It's all distracting. It's all jangles and all that stuff. And then the cowboy would be Jeff Bridges and Mickey Rourke. Just get a rough and tumble. So which one are you, Mike?
I'm going to have to go with cowboy. But I'm barely, I just got to wear a hat or something.
I know. Listen, I do it too. The hair thing, it drives you crazy. And then you go, would you trade places with that homeless guy because he has great hair? And then you think about it for a while. You go, well, it's a push.
I always ask my friends because I try to understand the crisis. And I go, look, if you were living somewhere and you couldn't afford the rent, would you move to a less expensive place 10 miles away, or would you pitch a tent? And no one has said pitch a tent so far.
Well, let's get to Mike and
his
jokes
career. Are tough. Have we been recording this whole time?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, the thing about what Mike and I were talking about, David, if you don't mind for a second.
Yeah.
We're just talking about integrity of shows or something. I can't remember.
Voiceover
stuff.
He was asking us, Dana has an animated show.
Well, non-animated, invisible.
But it's all voice. It's a podcast.
Like an old-time radio show.
Oh, right, okay.
But my sons and I and their childhood friend, we loved the Twilight Zone, and so obsessed by it. All the kids would watch it at my house because I had VHS. And so this is basically our trying to bring that back a little bit. So it's called A Weird Place. Check it out, kids.
Mike and I, let's just start briefly because this is sort of about SNL, but we can always
go way back
into your other stuff because you have a million things. So Mike and I met. God, Dana, I think you were gone. Were you gone when Mike came?
Might have just missed him.
You might have just missed him.
I met Mike when he visited the Wayne's World set.
I visited Wayne's World.
Oh, yeah?
Set.
Yeah.
Wayne's World 2, I think it was, or was it 1?
So I think it might have been 1.
And yes.
I'm hoping.
No, it was super cool. First time I'd ever been on a set. And then I think I first met you at the VMAs maybe, or right before it or something. Mm-hmm. But you took me, you're talking about when I went to SNL?
I think because you went to SNL because you had a desk.
You, and I'll thank you for that now, you kind of hooked me up. I had before the Beavis and Butthead short, I had one called Office Space that was the Milton and Lumberg, which you showed to Lauren. And, that led to me making 3 more of them that weren't very good. The 4th one was all right, but for SNL, and then eventually led to the movie later.
Yeah.
So thank you.
The mega movie.
Yes.
Now, did Office Space? We're jumping around here. But was it one of those ones that wasn't like $100 million movie and then it just lived on forever as a huge cult hit, or was it also a hit?
No, it wasn't a hit at the box office, but it was not at all. It was, but it didn't cost a lot of money. Budget was $10 million, I think. And
what year was that?
Came out in '99.
Okay, and
came in like 6th or 8th place or something opening weekend.
Oh,
yeah, it didn't. And then. A year or 2 later, it started really, like, it was charting in the blockbuster charts.
VHS and the rentals,
and DVD, yeah.
That's where they make big money. I mean, Tommy Boy was not a huge hit, and Black Sheep was not a huge hit.
And
they opened number 1, but they were both opened number 1 at like 35 million, where it wasn't like a mega monster.
No,
that's what they totally made.
Joe Dirt. What did Joe Dirt open?
Did that open?
Joe Dirt might have opened number 1, but it was still, again, it wasn't like a huge hit. Those are the ones that you really can't tell about a movie until 5-10 years later to see if it really sunk in, because there's big ones that made more money that no one talks about. So they open big and fade out, but I like when they stick around.
Is there like about maybe 40 good movies?
Oh, in the world?
Well, my wife and I at night, we're like, Godfather again? Okay. Sound of Music? Honey, we watched Eye of the Needle with Donald Sutherland, which was pretty cool. But it's hard to find a great movie. What I was curious about is you're doing Beavis and Butthead coming out with a new movie.
Yeah, it just came out. And then the new series.
It's out already.
Just straight to, it was on Paramount Plus, yeah.
So what was
it's still there.
So it needs
Paramount
to be
Plus.
churned and talked about, but it wasn't. You didn't have an opening weekend. Was that your first experience with that?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's just out there.
Yeah, you just put it on the
platform,
and there's they don't, they don't announce or publish any ratings or any data, so you don't. It was the New York Times critic pick. It's like 90-something% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's
Rotten Tomatoes is still around. So that's
I've gotten a couple of 3s in my small film career.
I don't think I've broken 10.
It might go down after a while. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's on the critic side, and then the audience side is in the 80s, maybe. I don't know. I should look it up.
But it's on Paramount Plus right now.
Yeah, Paramount Plus.
Just want to
streaming on Paramount Plus.
And Beavis and Butthead Take on the Universe, or what was it?
Yeah, it's called Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe.
Oh, they do it.
Then
Beavis and Butthead.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, let's ask Mike if back in the SNL days, I think this was a rumor that maybe we started that if you did a Beavis and Butthead movie, that Adam and I would be Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, that was discussed. Yeah, and but we ended up. I mean, they still.
When was it gunned down?
About. Yeah, I think I don't know how that. I don't know how. I don't remember at what point it was.
Is it when we asked for a salary?
But yeah.
Spade probably asked for a shit ton of money.
I know, like crazy.
I'll be Butthead, but they got to back up the Brinks truck.
No, I was, Mike gave me a Beavis necklace. Do you remember this? You probably.
Oh yeah, the pewter.
There's a pewter Beavis necklace not because we were going to do the movie, just because I thought Beavis and Butthead was hilarious, and he gave me this thing that was maybe one of a kind, maybe it was his merch, but either way, I loved it, and it was very nice. So I wore it I had my buddy in town, and they said, Lauren or someone from the show said, Kate Moss is having her birthday. You guys would like to go down and say hi. So do some version of that. I was with my buddy. I don't think you went. And
no, I wasn't.
We went down. It was her 21st birthday. And so it was just like a party. I don't know her, whatever. And then they said, oh, go say hi to her. So now we're forced together, and everyone's looking.
Go say hi to Kate Moss.
And she's smoking a cig, and
too cool.
I'm just like, hey, explaining that I'm like a clown in America or whatever I do.
And she's very posh.
And she was super cute. And then she goes, Beavis, because she saw my necklace. I go, oh yeah. Oh. I talked to her like it's a foreign country. I go, in America, this is and she's like, right, give it to me. And I go, give you this? And she goes, it's my birthday.
Oh, and she
wanted you to do the character?
Well, actually, this is a present to me. And she goes, give it. And I go, and everyone's looking at her like, what the fuck are you waiting for, dude? So I give her the goddamn necklace.
Can we hear it?
What?
Didn't she want? Oh, she wanted the necklace.
Yeah.
I thought she wanted you to do the character.
No, she wanted the necklace.
She said, give it to me.
Yeah, and she said it 10 times, and they go, it's her birthday. And I go, all right. So I gave it to her.
Yeah, these models, they're not entitled to
I know Johnny Depp.
Fuck, she got whatever she wanted. I was like, need any cash for the cab home?
So you gave it to her?
So I gave it to her, and that was it.
At least she could have worn it in a photo shoot.
I know, wear it somewhere. I was trotting it all over town.
That's pretty hip.
I guess it's bad. I thought in my head, I go, Mike will be glad that at least she's wearing it because it's
okay. So I'm
somebody famous.
I'm going to compliment David. David, that was a great story.
Me?
Yeah, and Mike.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I am a fanatic. There's millions of us for Beavis and Butthead, and I was at the time doing Wayne's World, but I have total appreciation for Wayne's World. I thought, motherfucker, that's funnier than what we're doing.
It's sort of similar,
Well, because it's
I don't know about that.
The abstraction of just two characters, and I want to know how you got connected to them. Maybe you've said it on other podcasts, but just standing there and I guess looking at hot dogs for like a minute, that kind of humor just really resonates with me. It lasts. Right, I could see it right now. If you showed me 10 seconds of them, he said balls. I mean, just that with no real. I don't know how to describe that kind of humor.
Well, they also got to watch videos, right? And then they make fun of videos, which is genius because that's what people do at home, and it's
But the rhythm of those guys, I know you probably, but how did you, and you're attached to them so completely, and yet here you are kind of just Mike, a regular guy, but then these characters come out of you. It's just it's like magic. It's like a magic trick.
Yeah, I don't know, like it, I mean, it's hard to, I don't know, as you know, having done great characters like you, I don't know exactly where it comes from, but with this, I guess I was, it was the 4th short I had done. And, I don't know, I had drawn them and just and I was trying to draw somebody completely different and it went a different way. And I kept, I'd drawn
How many
Beavis.
Drafts of the Beavis and Butthead drawn?
It looks like they're not finished.
They're not finished. Well, that's the thing. Like I wanted them to actually, and now I'm not a great animator at all. I was just, but I wanted them to look like they were drawn by a deranged 14-year-old or something. Like I wanted it to, and I also wanted, like on the original Charlie Brown's, I love the way Pigpen he was animated kind of sloppy and messy, and he had this like, I was imagining Butthead's hair like that. And I don't know, then once I drew them, it just seemed like they just can't say anything clever. They're just like, there were guys that kind of different people that I knew growing up in Albuquerque that just, I was like, are they really that dumb? Like,
just saying little snippets of sentences, nothing really.
How do you like rudimentary?
How do you
humans.
like? Can you read at all? Like what? And I don't know. Just sort of and being, I'd done this short called Frog Baseball, and that's what started it all. And I
watched it today.
Oh God.
Think you could do that today?
Just to insert for just. The lo-fi drawing of it, or the rudimentary drawing, it's really kind of postmodern in a sense. It's almost like Basquiat, if you're familiar with him.
Actually,
it's childlike brilliance, and
I love Basquiat. Yeah, I love his stuff. I also
he's on next week.
I also really loved
him.
All the National Lampoon. I was really into all the comics that were in there. Like Buddy Hickerson, Linda Barry. Well, she was in Mary Kay Brown, like a lot of these, Mimi Pond, all these great, what was the other guy? Mark Merrick, but also, I mean, this is going to sound, I'm not trying to at all compare myself to great artists, but Beavis's eyes, I thought were like Picasso eyes, where they're all like,
I always wondered where those came from. And that's such a specific choice, and it gives the characters so much. So they're like cat's eyes that are slanted.
Right? when I was in high school, I took it was like a art history elective or something like that. And I used to just start drawing Picasso stuff in my notebooks.
This makes sense.
I don't draw very well. I'm just sort of like, I was never like proud of what I draw, but I would draw, occasionally I would do a pretty good caricature of a teacher or something. But yeah, with Beavis, I had his, I kind of did Picasso eyes on him, which none of the other characters in the show have. It's like, Mickey Mouse is Mickey Mouse, but then all the side characters are like, they had to commit to them.
Yeah.
But this totally makes sense. I saw Basquiat in it. Now you're bringing up that. I mean, like the long jaw and the teeth of, it Butthead? It's like,
Beavis has that. Yeah. And then Butthead has the gums and
like
the braces.
Alligator kind of thing.
Yeah. And I wanted to animate his mouth because like when you have braces, like people, when they're smiling, their corners of the mouth don't really go up unless it's a huge smile. And when you have braces, you kind of go, you're going like that.
So all the time.
Yeah. When he laughs, his mouth is like going down. When it became a show, I had to just, all these really animators way better than me. I'd say, no, they don't laugh like they'd have them do shoulders up. And no, that's not how they laugh. They laugh, you got to animate my
does
horrible
it sound
style.
Too highfalutin to say it's kind of what you're doing is artistic? Because anyone could draw something real. Well, but to draw surreal that creates the whole is greater than some of the parts.
Yeah, like in animation, maybe if it was a contest, like who could draw the most perfect person, but luckily it's not. So it's like Simpsons look weird, and you just picked a different sort of interesting look, It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you buy into it and the voices match up, then it's bought into. It's
well, that's the thing also. Like I could have, and still to this day, I mean, the new movie, like we have some incredible people worked on it that it looks pretty epic, but Beavis and Butthead still look like themselves. Because anytime in the past that we tried to clean it up or it just stopped being as funny, you know? Yeah. I think it's true. Like South Park, there's just, you know, when those 4 characters, if it got too fancy and was, you know, if you animated them 3D, it's.
I mean, can we draw a line from Beavis and Butthead to South Park? Both being brilliant shows, but this lo-fi. I mean, you look at Walt Disney's animation, and then I don't know if you were one of the first, but it seems postmodern. It seems like it'd be very hip now. Just to have that kind of animation. And then, of course, South Park went with sort of cardboard puppet animation.
Yeah, the cutout animation. Yeah, well, I think I was probably the first to have a mainstream cartoon like that, but there were independent animators that were starting, like this guy, Wes Archer. There was a lot of, actually, Mary Kay Brown, when The Simpsons, she had shorts that were in this Tracy Ullman show that I thought were amazing. I think it's impossible to Google because the way it's called Dr. Nagatu, and there's an exclamation point in the middle of her last name. And but anyway, there were people doing it. Like I wanted to, I read National Lampoon and think, man, how come this stuff isn't animated? Like this kind of this sensibility and this style of drawing, and so that's what I was trying to do when I was animating my shorts is to try to.
Can I ask you a technical question that I think also led to the magic of it? So Milton and the first, you know, Frog and the whatever was Beavis and Butthead. So you had a 16 millimeter.
Got a Bolex.
So Milton is like moving. There's a shimmering.
Yeah,
is that intentional?
Every drawing. Well, what I did with Milton. If you want me to get in the weeds here,
this is what we do on this podcast. Our fans are really smart.
Our fans are mostly animators.
They call it a boiling. Yeah, it's called a boil. Every 2 frames is a new drawing, no matter what. So I did that way. Yeah, and then
was it for time's sake or finance sake or an actual artistic choice?
It was
to give it
partly
movement.
I would say I was a little artistic, but really like I didn't have cells. I did that with color pencils and ink. So to only move one part, you need a cell. Back then, you know, you did an overlay. I hadn't tried working with that. So I had like a cutout, like his desk is a overlay, cut around the corner of the cubicle.
So you're drawing this thing, and you got this camera on top. I'll just do it real lame.
I'm putting a new piece of paper underneath it every time and clicking.
Give it some fun.
Click it to give it movement, just like stop animation, claymation.
Is that what you do? Click it?
You click it, you go like click. Just if it's when you, that one I shot on my Bolex. Then when I sold that one, I don't know how much it cost me for the film and everything was like, and for the camera, like probably $700 or something. And I sold it I got $2,000 for it. So I said, okay, next time I'm going to rent time on a camera. And so I shot it on my later stuff. That was the only one I shot on the Bolex.
I could see why SNL would love Milton. Because it's,
we thought
again, it's like doing whatever, working class people, what's their life like? And the torture of being in the cubicle and the boss who's a dick, you know?
When you do Office Space off of Milton, first of all, it must be hard to make Milton a real character and try to capture it. But Office Space had so much more going on that Milton wasn't even, that you got a whole great movie out of it without just going, it's the Milton movie, you know?
Yeah, well, that's actually, it started out, Peter Chernin at Fox saw those shorts and said, this should be a movie. And so it was going to be a Milton movie. And I couldn't wrap my head around like I don't want to know what he does at home. I don't I didn't see a whole movie centered on him. So they had writers come in and pitch it and nothing really landed. And but they kept wanting something. And then they said, well, what if you make it like an ensemble cast, like the movie Car Wash? And I said, oh yeah, that's like, I can do that. Car Wash.
Well, I guess it's like a workplace comedy, basically. A workplace
comedy. That's probably wasn't even a term, workplace comedy.
Boring cubicles. Yeah, but I was going to animate like a series of like vignettes of office characters, like cubicle characters. So that's kind of what I if Beavis and Butthead hadn't happened, that's what I was going to do next. Was more.
Well, it was nice. It's almost like an indie filmmaker doing a film low budget in one location, because the cubicle was very simple but super effective. You had the guy at the desk and the guy at the door. That was it.
Yeah, a lot of I'll answer for him.
Limited animation abilities.
What would Mike say, David?
Well, he'll say a lot of times you get on MTV or Comedy Central and you're a victim of the budget. So the budget is so low that South Park makes them look cardboard because that's all they can do. And then so you can't make it so professional. And then indirectly, it's just sort of turns into a hit because of the not cheapness, but
it makes a
there's a charm to it.
There's a charm to it. Yeah.
Well, also you can't animation now, or at least a few years ago, would be like, okay, wrap. We'll get it out in 3 years. We'll see you guys.
That
was a great read. Love you all. See you in 2027. So I think part of obviously South Park has a. Can I go back to a 2001 question?
Oh, sure.
So when the monkey gets the bone.
What?
Go with this, Mike and David.
Yeah.
The monkey gets the bone, right?
Oh, is this a movie 2001?
Yeah, I'm referring to the monkey going, because the monolith put the thought. So it's like going like this, and then it starts hitting stuff, using it as a weapon. And there's that moment of creativity. So I'm thinking of Mike, young Mike, does these two goofy characters, rudimentary, Van Gogh, Basquiat. And then wherever you're going to draw from with the monkey with the bone, it's like, what do these two guys sound like? And I don't know if it was over time or an epiphany, but the voices are so peculiar, so rich, and so bizarre. So where'd they come from? And if you don't have an answer, David will answer.
No, I do have an answer for. Well, so Beavis actually. So when the guy that I was trying to draw was absolutely nothing like Beavis. He's actually an engineer now, and he was a straight A student. And
That's a funny name. Beavis.
He's a brilliant guy.
He was not named Beavis, and in fact, he was super nerdy. And we had in calculus class, he sat in the front, and I remember you can cut this story down if it goes too long, but
I love it.
Like,
crazy.
No one had ever heard of a hot teacher. Like, it just didn't happen. And this friend of mine's coming down the hallway and goes, "Have you seen the new math teacher? Oh my God." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." But she was like a former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, and she was really beautiful. And he sat in front of class, and he was so wound up. Like, he'd constantly be biting his lip and going, and he'd be laughing at everything she said. She wouldn't even be funny. She'd say, "Okay, and then this is an easier way to do it."
Explaining algebra.
And he was always kind of looking back. Like,
that's hysterical.
And so,
can I hear that voice one more time? So you are sitting next to him and observing.
I'm sitting in the back, and me and this other guy,
hysterical,
Bob McCarthy, and then my other friend Mike Cedibaka. I started imitating him like he would do it, and then I'd be in the back. I'd go, and then they started doing it, and the teacher, I won't say her name. She got really pissed and chewed me out one time, like chewed us all out because we just kept doing that, and then. Like, just she got really emotional, and I was like apologize and everything. Then she turns around to the chalkboard, and my friend just goes.
So I have two questions. One was, so the guy doing that in the front row, he was doing that to repress his absolute horniness for the teacher.
That's what it seemed like. Yeah, he was just so wound up.
And when you did it for your friends, did he talk, or it was just that one sound?
It was just the sound. All I would do was the laugh.
Okay.
And but he didn't really talk like Beavis. But I was trying to draw him when I ended up drawing Beavis and Butthead. They were both attempts to draw him, and it was kind of going a different way, but I thought they looked funny. And for some reason, I drew Beavis with a lighter in his hand. And I was just imagining him just
fire, light someone on fire.
He likes fire.
Excited.
Like it's just this scary, like there'd been this guitar player with Delbert McClinton who he had, I used to be a musician, but I remember he just was looking at some guy and he said, "Boy, he'd start a fire."
And that's Beavis was a little like pyro.
Yeah, like he was a little pyro, which got us into trouble. And then Butthead, I did the drawing.
So you're a scientist and a musician, but anyway, Butthead.
But so I just was looking at the drawing and just thinking like, what would he sound? The idea of someone just laughing all the time, I'd seen it. Like there was a Mimi Pond cartoon in National Lampoon where she just had this weirdo getting on a bus and he's just going, huh, huh, huh. Like it just was written
just
out.
Always kind of.
And I thought that was kind of funny, like the idea that there was something else I'd read in National Lampoon. They just described some guy that just had a dumb laugh. And I don't know. It just seemed right. And I wanted them to just be laughing all the time and barely talking and just deranged idiots.
It's like the laugh
that's when
it talks when he goes, hey, hey.
Well, yeah, Beavis
like
barely said anything
together.
at first. I was thinking of him as this brain-fried guy who just...
just goes along with it.
Yeah, he's had balls. Oh my God.
The first one of those was them watching like... I had to watch a Barry White video, which they put it in, and there's
videos like the horniest. But one of the charms of it, and Wayne's World had it a little bit, but was that they're generally having so much fun. Like the two losers in town are having more fun than anybody in the town. Yeah.
It's by the way, my daughters like Wayne's World a lot more than Beavis and Butthead's.
Really? My son wanted to come meet you. Totally changed my life. Blew my life. Beavis and Butthead, the movie, all of it. Blew my mind.
Oh, wow.
You go, what about Wayne's World? He goes, life stayed the same.
Oh, Wayne's World. He goes, that wasn't so funny, Dad.
I like that Mike used to... Did you program F-18 Hornet jets and then you go, I might switch?
I worked on I didn't... Well, I worked... Yeah, my first engineering job was...
Can we...
I was electronic test engineering for the... it was F-18. It was all very boring except for F-18, I guess. Like I wasn't out on the tarmac. Like I was in a cubicle.
You were basically
with
Maverick.
Schematics.
So you were a science whiz in high school and college, and you worked with.
Yeah, I was good at. I could do.
When did you get dumb?
Do you know how to find the base of an isosceles triangle?
Yeah.
Most comedians suck at school, and I've never met a mathematician comedian.
There are not that many.
There's a couple Simpsons writers that have. There's one. I think
George Meyer. Well, there's some Harvard-y brainiacs.
David S. Cohen and who's it? Ken Keeler, I think is his name. I think he's got a PhD or something. Yeah, there's some.
No, well, you were a science kid and everything, but were you also like doing voices and making people laugh?
I did imitations a lot. Yeah, I started realizing I could do them in high school. I think I peaked my senior year in high school.
Were they have famous people or just classmates?
That's the thing. They were all just teachers and classmates. I didn't do anybody famous. Yeah. I'm kind of still that way. I don't know. I guess like I can do. Yeah, it's like people I know, and if it's a famous person I know, I can do them. But I don't. I often do them. Yeah. I don't know why that is.
It's the same thing. If you do an impression of a friend, and then that friend becomes famous. Now it's not a character; it's an impersonation.
Right.
But if it's an unknown, I mean, Church Lady was just teachers I knew. Garth was my brother. I
remember reading that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and he lives in Albuquerque for years.
ABQ.
Really? Yeah.
Wow,
he invented the video
Rocky
toaster. I don't know if you ever intersected with that.
Did he really?
Yeah, the video toaster with Tim Jennison. It was with Amiga computers, early 90s.
Oh, yeah.
First, like home.
What's a video toaster?
That home video recording system for people want to cut videos at home.
Oh,
that was wasn't that like early 80s or something, or even older?
Well, no, might have been mid 80s.
Mid 80s?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I wore a toaster T-shirt in Wayne's World 2 as Garth underneath the thing.
Is that why he was in Albuquerque? Was there
toaster capital of the world?
He was in Silicon. He was in Silicon Valley, another place in one of your shows.
Microsoft
and then he
started in Albuquerque.
moved to Albuquerque. Just his wife was going for her master's at the University of New Mexico, and he just worked from there. And so he still works at Sandia Labs now. He's an engineer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was wondering if Sandia.
I have an office space question.
David?
Before we get to Silicon Valley, Office Space had Aniston in it too.
Yeah.
Right?
Jennifer Aniston.
She's great.
What was she like?
She
was very funny, very good.
She was great. The whole thing was great. I heard
good comedy
TGI
timing.
Fridays lost their flair because of that. Did you read that?
Yeah, they publicly tweeted that it wasn't because of Office Space, but a waiter, waitress, whatever you told the second AD told me that she asked someone at TGI Fridays about that, and they said, after that movie Office Space, we we ditched the flare.
Drop the flare.
But yeah, that was something I had in the script. I had the line about we're not in Kansas anymore, and then this writer Brent Forrester I was working with, he was in Austin and he worked on King of the Hill, and he was staying at a hotel next to a TGI Fridays, and I said, hey, if you get a chance, can you go? Like, I was too chicken shit to just, I don't know, I didn't want to like, I said, can you just ask them, because clearly they don't wear those because they want to. I mean, all those buttons must be, and I was just curious, like, well, everyone has them, and do they tell you have to have a certain number or whatever? And then he was about to get the car to the airport, and I said, hey, did you ever get to TGI Fridays? And he goes, oh yeah, they're actually called pieces of flair, and you have to wear 15 of them. And I was like, oh my God, how long have you been sitting on this?
Sitting on that juicy one. That's too good.
And so then we started riffing on that stuff, and that was a very last minute ad, all those. But that was to give, because when casting her enabled, that kind of made the studio relax more about casting all these unknowns or semi-unknowns.
Mm-hmm. So King of the Hill also, I'll just insert
She was also smart to go into that movie.
My son's favorite. And I remember they liked The Simpsons. They fell in love with South Park later, but it was always King of the Hill in my house.
Wow.
Always. What the gosh darn are you doing? I mean, that guy, that had another magic charm to it. I mean, it's famous, right? It's huge.
Yeah,
King
that was
it's something.
That was one of my...
Hank, right?
Yeah, Hank was a combination of imitations of. There was a guy in my paper route. Me and my brother had a paper route, and he was our first time collecting. I can't remember.
Collecting is tough.
Yeah, you go at the end of the month, you'd collect.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. And he thought we were like. He said he was always out in his front yard with a beer, just like drinking real slow. And
I love those guys.
He was like He said, well, you ain't my paper boy. And said, yeah, well, that guy quit, and we're the new paper boy. He said, well, I know what my paper boy looks like, and you ain't him. And then he said, yeah, we're not saying we're him.
You have to see his face.
We're
his eyes are getting very big when he does that.
Yeah, he had that kind of far away
looking around. Yeah.
And he brings his wife over and says, Marcy, come here. Is that the paper boy? They ain't the paper boy. I was like, no, we're not saying we're that guy. And then we said, well, we're going to have to cancel your paper. He said, well, I'm going to get the paper when the real paper boy comes.
Jesus.
That's
because you're collecting, which is to the audience. That's what the end of the month. You go get the money for the paper, right? Because my buddy said I'd go with him.
Oh, yeah.
And it was always
you did that in Arizona?
Yeah, you do the paper, then you got to go do the collecting, which was the hard part. You hit him up for the cash at the end of the month.
God, you get up at 4:30.
Oh, I
morning
did. My friend, he
paper,
told me it
and
was
you're
so
wrapping them. And then, but that
this
show was so charming because it wasn't political, it wasn't violent.
It's just easy.
It was small town charm, small town stories. It's just a real...
It's hard to get that right, though.
Yeah, and make it funny. Really funny.
Yeah, I mean, we had some great writers, but it was...
Greg Daniels is...
Greg, yeah. Altshuler and Krinsky. We had some really great people on that. And it was just like kind of down home, like... Because The Simpsons was so, I love The Simpsons, but they're going into outer space and
whimsical,
taking advantage of everything you can do in
Yeah.
animation.
Yeah,
I chose to not take advantage of any of that. But
yours might as well have been a sitcom.
Yeah,
well, that was what stood out. But let me ask you a question. So you're drawing the main characters, and you kind of in your head have an idea how they sound. And then it's a series. So are you passing out there's other voice actors in there. You're doing like 3 or 4 of them? Or?
I did Hank and Boomhauer, the guy who talks gibberish. And that was pretty much it.
How does Boomhauer sound again?
That was based on I have told this story on it, but it was, based on a couple different things. But the one that I would go to, the guy, when Beavis and Butthead was going, I didn't have an assistant like for the first year of it, and anyone could call, I guess, and get my
and just
my voicemail. And somebody had called complaining about the show, and it was this like just hillbilly deranged dude, and he thought the name of the show was Porky's Butthole. And
really?
And the call, I still have it. He goes, Well, I've been calling y'all about a month now. Grab about y'all. Remember the time that dang old freaking old Looney Tunes come on, you put on a dang old Pokey's freaking old butthole. And I couldn't. He's like, you go think you gonna sell job them commercials, them damn old kids with Pokey's butthole. Y'all get. And he's just like, I couldn't. He seems to be complaining also that it's because they would start the show like 2 minutes off or early to get people who are channel flipping. So he's saying like, y'all be 3 minutes late last time, going 3 minutes late next time. Y'all would job name out Pokey's butthole.
So you pick up
Porky's butthole. I don't know how you get that out of Beavis and Butthead. I just think it's like cartoons, Looney Tunes, Porky.
Oh, yeah. I did this one based on C. Riley, right? Like really insecure guy, right? Like we could have fun and everything, right? That'd be cool, right?
Who's John C. Riley?
I base it on him, but I exaggerated it. Like,
is it?
Yeah, it's part of my podcast.
Was it before he was famous? Or
No, I just took it from, it was 3 idiots in the scripted podcast. The one's the ringleader and goes, what do you think? You think Claude's like a baby? Yeah, he's pretty much like a baby. I think he's kind of gentle. Like he's like a baby, right? So that was, it's basically you take the source material of that, in your case, and then you just extrapolate it out and exaggerate.
Make a funny version.
Yeah, like how did Joe Dirt sound?
Like me.
No, he had kind of a twang. He had a southern twang.
Yeah.
Hey, boys.
You're going to stand there owning a fireworks stand.
Yeah, there you go.
And tell me you don't got no Roman candles?
You were like the first person to really do the mullet redneck.
Yeah, that was the first kind of mullet.
You know, I think it was accepted because I wasn't making fun of the South, really. I was actually the guy was
super charming.
Good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for once I wasn't sarcastic and mean.
No, he was the hero.
I was trying really hard to get through life, and something about that clicked with people. There's no other explanation.
I think likability goes a long way. I think, Joe Dirt was just a likable character, and it didn't shit on the South or make fun of it. It didn't wink. He was sincere.
Yeah.
Looking for his parents.
And bullied, and a lot of people are bullied, and so when you get you see that. You
and a great name. Joe Dirt. That's just a great name.
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt. You know, I know the movie I'm in. David Spade is Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
In or out. Yeah.
I love it.
So when you're casting other people, then you show them some animation and some ideas, or you let them look at it, or how do you get them? And when you're so connected,
what we did, it was that was the first time I really cast something, and we had standees of the drawings.
Okay,
so my drawings were very. Well, still are like really crude drawings, and when you blow them up to that size, they look even cruder. Yeah. It's like the shaky pen. But we had these cutouts, and I wouldn't look at the actors. I would look at the drawings when they spoke. So they.
Oh, so they're in, and you're looking just at the standee drawing.
It doesn't matter what they're.
Yeah. What they look like.
Yeah, what they look like or what they're doing with their face.
Or how famous or anything.
That's just not the end of it.
So you hear the voice and you're looking at the thing without looking at them, and then you do the Eureka moment. I mean, how many auditioned for a part?
Quite 5, a few. 10? I mean, they'd narrow it down, and Greg and I would listen to, like the final ones. But it definitely, like, I think where animation goes wrong a lot of the times, especially when they're trying to cram celebrities in, is that there's that thing where the sum is greater than the parts, but where the voice and the drawing come together in a way that just fires on all cylinders. And so I would, I'd look at that, and like when Stephen Root read it, I mean, Stephen Root's also just naturally funny, like a lot of, like you all are, but that clicked. And then the one that we had a little bit of because we were talking earlier about the celebrity thing, was the character Dale, which Johnny Hardwick was one of the writers and a stand-up comedian. I think you know him from way back. Yeah, and he was one of the writers, and we had him read, and it just fit that, like, it was just like something popped. Yeah. And there was a lot of they just kept pitching celebrities doing the voice, and none of them really
not their
clicked
fault.
That way. Yeah, not their fault. Yeah, they're great
match.
Actors. It just doesn't fit the drawing.
Also, it doesn't seem to help that much. Like.
Because
nobody cares. Once you watch the show,
for 3 seconds.
There are so many movies that have famous people, and especially in the 90s, that, like after Toy Story, it was like you have to have a big star do the voice.
Yeah,
there's so many failed, huge budget animated movies that failed with huge stars, and nothing against the stars, but they just it's like you get this famous person and this animator, this designer, and there's no thought of putting it, of how it all clicks together, you know?
Yeah.
That happens a lot. I mean, sometimes there is.
It just needs
when
to,
I did that llama movie.
You had a big...
Well, The Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
That was, I remember going in.
But that worked.
And they said, that one, I love that one. They said, my only good reviews.
And you're playing a llama?
I'm a llama. Well,
and
it was The Prince and the Pauper. The first, Mike might know a little bit of this because he's in that world, but it was a big Disney movie. I think Michael Eisner, that probably was running it. So I get brought in. I was doing Just Shoot Me, and I play this prince, and Owen Wilson, who's your buddy, is our buddy, is playing I think it was a pauper. So it was basically going to be we switch bodies, or we switch lives. I'm the queen is Carla Gugino. So I think those are the three people that had Winnie Malick.
She was the voice of the...
She was, no. So we do it for a year and a half, and I'm doing the voice. And it was it was before you got paid, so it was just an honor. And I go,
what an honor.
They're making
just
Shrek.
An honor.
I think Shrek was an honor and they got paid. So I literally was making like
fun for
a little over scale. And so after a year and a half, I go, hey guys, is that a wrap? Like, do you got it? And because, you know, they give you pieces of the script. And all. So after a year and a half, they show an animatic to Michael Eisner, and he doesn't like it. And they're already millions into it, and they say, "What else?
What else
could this be?"
Studio executive.
And they said we had another idea where he goes, "I sort of like the sarcastic prince," and he goes, "What about?" Which is me, and he goes, "What about that?" They had an idea that I turn into a llama or something. He goes, "Yeah, do that one." And so another year and a half, we had to change everything again and do it all over. By the end, I didn't want to even go in anymore. I go, I don't even know what we're doing. We're just ad-libbing, riffing, doing stuff. And when I saw it, I was thinking in the back of my head, this is going to be a disaster. And it made me laugh. I thought it was so funny. I go, God, these guys are good. They know how to do it, and they made it work.
You know, it looked cool. It was a slightly different look. It was one of the first
see, Dana wouldn't notice
he would know that. I would just go, look at the funny pictures.
Also,
there's
like
David.
my daughter had, when she was like 8 or 9, I think she had, there was a full page ad for it in a magazine that she had pulled out and stuck on her wall.
Because you wanted to see it?
Yeah, because it was like, but it just had a cool design. I thought it was like, it didn't look like the typical Disney from what I remembered. Like they finally started to do something a little different.
And it was so fun to do because I can't even give myself the credit because I would make up jokes and they'd give me jokes, but it was more, they have so much going on around the story with the animation that they make everything funnier and better. You know what I mean? Like even in Hotel Transylvania, everything, it doesn't read as funny, and then when you see them do it, they know what they're doing. So
I know.
It just adds to jokes so much.
It can go wrong so many ways. So it works, it works. I actually read for an animated TV show once, and I think I blew it because I came in for the audition, and they said, Mike's looking at the standee, you can come in now. And
Mike is looking away, you can come in.
Well, I'm going to tell you, boys, we got
playing Jimmy the Raccoon. Well, let's ask Mike if he met Lauren, and did you ever have to meet Lauren and sit with him and talk to him?
Yeah. And when did you get the call that SNL's going to use Milton?
Oh, so I first met Lauren actually when I visited your set. I was on the way. That was my first Hollywood flying me out and meeting everybody.
And then you came to the set.
Yeah. So I'd met like a bunch of studio executives, and they're all like kind of really like friendly and like, oh, we love your stuff and you know all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, Lorne Michaels, I'm going to meet him. This is going to be amazing. And it's like, oh, he's not ready yet. Why don't you go visit the set? That's where I met you. And then
was I in character? I think I was in the outfit,
had the whole,
right?
Yeah, it was amazing. You had the Garth outfit on.
Hey.
But I go in and Lauren was in such a foul mood.
Oh, no.
Oh my God. And I was just like, oh, did I piss him off or something like that? And he was nice.
Producer stuff.
But I was like, something must have
just happened.
It's a budget thing.
We need the AMC pacer like fucking yesterday. Who is it, Mike? Come on in. Yeah. So what was that like then?
I mean, I was starstruck. I mean, I was such a huge SNL fan, and but then I met Spade here shortly after, and I think you had turned him on to the Milton cartoons, and then I was back in New York. I went to SNL and met with him and Jim Downey, I think.
Jim Downey, one of the greats.
But yeah, I was. They gave me an office. I mean, I was in the thick of it with Beavis and Butthead, so I was.
I don't think you're in the office that much, right? Because you just had one.
But it was cool to come by and see see all you guys. Like Norm Macdonald was a writer at the time, right? Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna write that Milton guy's great, you know? Like you never know what's gonna happen with Milton.
You don't say it's Norm, you just have a guy going, what?
Why is he called Milton, you know? I mean, put him in a cubicle, right? Norm could always find a word and repeat it and just make it funny by repeating it. Like he'd probably get on.
Amazing.
He's in a cubicle, right? That's where you work, a cubicle?
Cubicles, yeah.
You know, that's part of Norm's genius. So you're part of the team. You're making Milton.
And so is your only job to make Milton? Is that what it was? Is to hand in shorts?
And they but they gave me an office there, and at one point Lauren got really pissed at me because I was just used to like I had sent. Well, then he quickly he was quickly very nice, but I'd sent a storyboard for 2 more Milton cartoons, and I just hadn't heard back from anybody or something. I don't know.
It happens.
And I was called into his office, and he was just like, "What is going on? Where are these cartoons?" And I was, "Oh, sorry, I was waiting for." And I think he wanted me to be more proactive, and it was a huge opportunity. And I think he thought maybe I was blowing it off or something like that. But he was very, very nice, and always was. Yeah, I did 3 new ones for over the.
Did you not like them as much because it was a new crew working on them, or did you do them on your own first?
I did it with just two animators and me, and we had to work on weekends, and I didn't really have the chance to edit them as much as I would have liked to. I don't know but it did give me a chance to kind of develop the Lumberg character that Gary Cole played in the movie, where he's doing, like the all that stuff, the that means no. And so it was, but I like the 4th one I remember liking, and I used some of that material in actually Office Space, I think SNL gets a credit in it, or maybe Lauren does or something, yeah.
A little one.
Is it possible that I could get
maybe my
something?
Name?
It's an associate.
Just wet the beak a little bit.
Yeah, I just want to taste. So, Mike, you're very observant. I would suspect that you would probably create a character based on us or something. I mean, if they said it was Lauren called you, it'd be Dana and David. It's Fly on the Wall, but it's animated.
I could get you guys to play those characters and do a podcast.
We are so busy.
I like your career. I like, Silicon Valley. It's generally a guy, your sensibility is infused with things, and
it's a very safe bet to drag.
Do they ever back up a Brinks truck to you, like, and you knew it was a shitty idea, but it's generational wealth. Someone needs an operation, and you must have said no a lot after Beavis and Butthead. You had fuck you money or whatever, or success.
Screw you.
So what kind of deals came to you without throwing anyone under the bus that you just said no, thank you?
Yeah, there was a few. I mean, I said yes to some stuff that thankfully didn't go on, but
really,
the first. I mean,
let's look at a clip.
Not to throw too many. Yeah.
Well,
fortunately, there's no clips. There's some script pages. There was a summer camp movie and I never went to summer camp. My parents didn't have
summer camp
movies.
But always work.
Yeah, well, that's what this was like. Then that was the first thing that was offered me, and I said yes. It was like. It was an offer to write and direct a summer camp movie.
Does sound fun though.
And I said yes, and then I shouldn't say the title, but I was like, I did the best I could for that concept. And
you wrote and directed it?
No, I didn't. No, we never. No, I wrote, and then I wrote an outline, and then they got a writer to work on a script, and then it just kind of sat in development for a long time, and I passed on it. Based on the script, like I was able to do that.
On your own script, you didn't.
The one that co-written by.
I read the script.
You passed on your own co-written script. Let's guess the title. I'm going to say Summer Nights. David,
I'm going to say Camp Let's Fuck.
It's you couldn't possibly guess as hacky as what it is. Maybe I should just say it at this point. It could have been a good movie.
Well, I will say Mike has a high slugging percentage because all these you have so many things that did work that no one hears about that stuff, and you also have a way to make boring funny. I mean, to say Office Space is like a dull, boring office, and we're going to make fun. It's hard to do
genre, basically.
It's hard to make that dry stuff that's so boring not be just boring.
Well, I mean, The Office did it later. Ricky Gervais was doing. Gary Shandling was around doing stuff like that, and you were.
Yeah, Gary Shandling was probably. I was a big fan of
Larry Sanders.
That sort of that might have influenced me some, but I was also just like I don't know. I liked I keep mentioning Mary Kay Brown. Her shorts, the Dr. Nagatu had a quality to him. Like one of them is just like she's at lunch with someone and there's this kind of vase on the table in the middle of them that just keeps getting in the way. And it's like one of those really relatable, like do you move it or not? And I was like, wow, you don't see that in animation. That's really, really cool. But yeah, there is, I mean, Seinfeld had been on for a while at that. Well, not when I did the shorts, but for the movie. But yeah, I mean, the studio, they were very gung-ho. And then when they started seeing the dailies and going like, wait, this is just boring cubicle stuff. You got to move the camera around. You got to do something here. This is horrible.
Really? They got to get them talk louder.
So really
someone should
like,
sing.
Can you do like,
was that your first directing live action or no?
Yeah.
That's scary as shit.
Oh, it was
so that's
really
a commitment thing then when you're editing it and you're doing that compression humor of like holding the awkwardness.
Yeah.
Where the studio's going to want, can you pop it around, kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually they were really down on it until the first test screening and it was getting big laughs. I mean, it didn't score very high because it didn't have like the big emotional kind of ending maybe that it didn't have, Tom Hanks or whoever, but it had that medium kind of like on the cards, there's like excellent, very good, and good counts the same as horrible. Like, so
if
they're like,
the top two boxes.
Yeah, it's that term, top two boxes. Yeah. That means great or really great or something.
And like the top two, if you get like 75% of the top two, that's a horrible score. Like
you have to really
got to be 90.
Like, yeah, you got to be, it's like, and Office Space was like, it was like 78 or maybe even one of them like 80 in those top two, but like the good, most of them were in the good. There weren't a lot of, if you look at that stuff, and when you have a weird movie like that.
How did you feel at that screening when you saw it?
Well, before going into it, I was sick to my stomach. Literally, like I was like, I'd worked in a movie theater when I was just a ticket tearing minimum wage job, and I remember thinking like, God, I wish I was just someone working in a movie theater right now. And we test screened it up in Westlake Village outside of LA, but then once the audience started laughing, I was like, okay, thank God, this is like, because I had. Like, I don't think the editors didn't think it was funny. The studio didn't think it was funny.
They
like,
see it too much, and then you need that fresh audience.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, it was very. That was the most stressed out, maybe. Like, especially when I don't know if you've experienced this, but like, I'm writing it and go, oh, cool, I'm going to make a movie. And then all of a sudden, shit, there's 18-wheelers and trailers and construction people building.
Coming up to you going, this color, sir.
And I'm just like, oh, God, what if this is something that just me and my brother and a couple of friends think is funny and that's all? And here's all these poor people, construction people working and drivers.
Whispering, this movie sounds like a piece of shit.
You always think that they're all going like, oh God, what's this?
I said one crew guy goes, is there any funny parts? I go, because we're shooting it out of sequence.
Someone said that?
Yeah, he's like smoking a cigarette. And I wrote this. He's like, oh, I'm sure it all cuts together. I go, oh yeah, we'll see. Jesus.
Oh God, it's such a horrible feeling. I remember we'd put all the cubicles in this place we were shooting and the first rehearsal with Gary Cole and Ron Livingston, and it's just like, yeah, if I could go ahead and get that, it's this slow scene, and it's just me standing there and a first AD looking down, and there's a couple construction people over there kind of going.
And they're getting bored.
Is this a comedy?
My God, I have to.
Is this a comedy?
Is it too late? Can I get out of this?
Is this a comedy?
Can I quit?
Yeah, fine.
I had a preview once. I won't even say what it is. It was so bad you couldn't even make sense of it. It was insane.
A test screening, like a
test screening.
Yeah.
Even my manager was going like this. Everyone's getting low in their seat.
Down.
I'm sliding way down. I couldn't even make any sense of it. It's just an unbelievable mess. And then it was Herculean effort to get it released. But
and were you like, did they do the thing afterwards? Because the audience probably recognizes you, right?
Didn't matter. It was indiscernible. We were in like D-, or it was like the lowest score. It was like a 3 or something,
Because they do that thing where they get 20 people out of the random.
20, yeah.
Yeah, and like you stand behind them, and I remember the moderator, she just goes, "Who's heard of Mike Judge?" And like, I don't know, like maybe like 15 of the 20 people raised their hand and said, "What do you think of him?" And I just got up and left.
Get the fuck out, yeah.
I don't need to be put on trial.
Well, I figured it out that the moderator with the 20 people controlled the score. So after 3 screenings, was that the moderator? So I started hanging out with him. I rewrote the questions for him.
Yeah.
And I was like jiving with him and stuff. And so then it came up to like a 90. It shouldn't have been released, but I manipulated it. It should never have been released, but it got released.
I saw one on Dickie Roberts that said,
Dickie Roberts.
I generally don't like David Spade, but this was pretty good. And the girl gave it to me. She goes, "Look at this." And I go, "Why would I want to see that?" She goes, That's
Dickie
positive.
Roberts.
Yeah.
What was that 90s run you had? You had Dickie Roberts, you had Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
But they were low budget, so they all made money.
Yeah.
They all made money.
And then they go on and they quietly make Paramount 50 to 100 million on video.
They'd make 60 million on video.
Yeah, it was such a great racket. Because they didn't cost much to make.
Wait, was PCU? No, that was before.
That was my first one. That was with Jeremy Piven. Yeah, that was early.
What about? Wait, what was the other?
Jerry Piven,
Tommy Boy, and what was the other?
Black Sheep.
Oh, Black Sheep.
Tommy Boy. That was a smash.
That one really lives on.
But it lives on. Yeah.
Yeah. People.
Yeah, that one. Thanks.
It just grows and grows. It seems like.
Yeah, that's good.
Will, do you have any more?
All right, we'll let him go.
I had Hank down so good when I was watching that with my kids.
Yeah, you got him down.
Thank you, Mike.
Mike Judge was our guest today.
Mike was great.
Thank you, guys.
We didn't keep him too long. We got him an hour.
Really fun.
I appreciate it.
And you're as nice as they say you are. I don't.
Very talented, very cool,
unassuming, and an incredible observer of humans.
You live here in Austin, is that? Because I was in Austin.
Yeah, I moved back there pretty much full time like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, people dig Austin. I liked it.
It's too hot in the summer.
We went there. We
do a live podcast.
We did a live podcast in Austin. Yeah.
Oh, were you there recently?
Yeah. Probably the last.
We were there with a guy named James Austin Johnson from.
We drove by your
SNL.
house and beeped.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get him out of here. Thank you, Mike.
Peace out.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey, what's up, flies? What's up, fleas? What's up, people that listen? We want to hear from you and your dumb questions.
Questions, ask us anything. Anything you want.
You can email us at flyonthewall@cadence13.com. Oh.
Hey, David, you want to read our question?
Yeah, Allie Jones. We get these questions from our lovely listeners.
We get questions.
Question.
We don't have a theme for this. Yeah.
Maybe we have Cajun Man do it. We got a question. Hey, David and Dana. My name is Allie. I'm 17-year-old. Oh, I like She's Watching from Georgia. I wanted to know which album you'd want to be a fly on the wall when it was written. I know what Dana's answer is.
Okay, let's guess. Let's play a little game here.
I'm going to guess yours.
Answer.
I'm going to say either the White Album, Sgt. Pepper, or Rubber Soul. I don't know.
It's one that rotates.
Oh, it is?
An album that rotates, and it's named after that.
Shit.
Revolver.
God, I was close. It was Beatles.
It's very close. I listened to the whole canon of the Beatles when they remastered it, and I rediscovered Ringo's drumming as genius and Paul's bass playing because you could hear the bottom of the Beatles. And as I went through the whole canon, I don't really have a favorite, but Revolver just pops for me. There's a raw, I'm Only Sleeping is the first song. I go, okay, what's the second one? Eleanor Rigby.
Fuck.
We had a few tunes. We sat across from each other.
We put a face in a jar by the door. It sounded funny.
I said Eleanor Rigby, that's how we did it.
So good. Goddamn. But yeah, because sometimes you have fresh ears with music, like you're hearing it again, because I used to listen to music when I started in a beat-up old 62 Volvo. So when you get older and get a decent stereo, you go, oh, there was a guitar in that song. because I can't hear it. It's all my tweeters are blown.
I have a Bauer Wilkins because to me a car is about getting me from point A to point B safely, and then what can I listen to? Because that's where we listen to music. I have a Bauer Wilkins. Maybe they could be our sponsor. But I'm hearing music for the first time. I heard Tiny Dancer by Elton John, and it's a 6-minute masterpiece. I had no idea. It's like I'd never heard it before. Give me that. Call me.
I thought you said, lay me down because she's a winner. I said that till I was fucking 48, and then it was which was last year.
I knew I was there when Elton John played Marine World, and I knew the guy had to clean up the elephant shit before his.
Hold me closer, tiny orca.
Hold me closer, tiny dancer. I'm a comedian and should not try to sing.
Okay, so thank you, Allie, and that's your long answer.
Yeah, Revolver on my side. David album was
shit. I would go back to. If I couldn't do any Beatles,
you don't have to.
I would do because I love the Beatles, but I would do some Elvis. I would do Highway to Hell.
Led Zeppelin 2.
Bowie Changes 1. Oh, a Zeppelin one to be
Pink's,
there. Fuck.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Maybe.
I want to answer for me and for you. I have control issues.
And I love Halen, and I love shit, man. God damn it, I'm getting stumped. Anyway, all good. It's good.
My therapist said I had control issues, and I said, could I tell you what the next question should be? Good night.
Stupid. All right, thanks, Allie.